Heyo.
Hello, hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to SOS episode. What episode is this now?
21.
Think we're
21.
21 now. Yes.
Yeah, but yes,
Perfect. Thank you.
yeah, 21.
We're
Damn,
already
that's
passing
crazy.
secret messages, everyone. Do you see that?
I haven't even opened up the pod.
Like-
I don't mean the stream yet. Anyway, so I'll probably open that up. Welcome to episode 21 of Shadows of Sybil. I think we're all very excited as we barrel toward the mid-season finale. Only 2 episodes left. This episode we'll be skipping next week as it's a holiday, and then the week after that we'll be back for our mid-season finale. And we'll be ending there for a couple of months as con season kind of sweeps all of us away into various parts of the country. We all kind of get very busy. And then we'll be back at the end of summer, somewhere around there with the show's return. A big thank you guys we wouldn't even be doing a mid-season. This is supposed to be the end of the show initially, like our
Can y'all
original.
imagine that? Just stop and think about that for a second.
No, we have too much to cover.
There's a lot to
This is
cover.
going to be the end of the
Yeah.
show, but because of the support and the amount of people who keep popping in, we get to really do a deep dive. So thank you for that. For people who are curious about the VODs and all that stuff right now, I think the plan is what's the plan with
I
Roll
think
For It?
they're going to try to catch up, but
Yep.
for those of you that are relying on the YouTube, wait until our mid-season break, so give it a couple weeks, and they're going to start just major dumping to get you caught up. So you can use a mid-season break to get caught up on YouTube and then kick it back off with us live at the top of the year. So you'll have those very soon. But if you are really dying to have them now, you can get them here on our Twitch.
Yeah, if you just subscribe, all the VODs, with the exception of episode 17, all the VODs are
The Great
completely
Lost Episode
immediately-
17.
The Great Lost Episode 17. We can you upload videos to Twitch? I thought you could at
can.
some point. We could always upload Ava's recap to
That's
our
true, and make
Twitch
it an
and have that
Easter
there.
egg. You have to find
Yeah,
it.
but you can get all the episodes instantly if you just subscribe to the channel. It supports everybody here, this show, and allows everybody, all of us, to keep making these awesome shows for you. Other than that, that's it. Really, join our Discord. It's free. People talk about all the shows there. And after every week, we always see Tracy in there freaking out. So it's always fun.
Freaking out over something.
Yeah, freaking out over something.
Actually, you know what my favorite thing about Tracy in the Discord? Tracy digs up the deepest cuts of SOS. We've been doing this 5 years now, and Tracy, I don't know where
my
you find
God.
them gifts, still shots, all kinds of
I don't
stuff from
even-
like the bowels of this show.
I didn't even
Um,
upload the old clips that I have. There's some with like my cat Minnie like zooming in the
man,
background.
Minnie.
And
That's what I'm talking about.
Mathis getting distracted.
Minnie always distracts me, dude.
Yeah. There's a lot of great clips. I should upload
Yeah.
those too.
So only in the Discord can you
Or
get
that's
the
the
deep
Discord.
cuts from Ava
Yeah,
Heloise
join. It's
herself.
free to join the Discord.
Yeah.
Just get in the damn Discord, dude.
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah.
It's hilarious. Yeah, Tracy has this a gift of like digging up everything.
I'm like a mom with scrapbook kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I like to keep things for sentimental reasons. So I'm like, oh, look at this old clip from like 5 years ago of us. Yeah.
Well, because you're the sentimental scrapbook girl, go ahead and give us our recap for last week, Tracy.
Oh shit.
Oh.
You've kind of adopted this as your
I
job,
have.
so
I have. I do some Bubs game too, and it's also biased.
True. It's
All
true.
of
She even said, "I'll have everyone know that I'm very biased in my recap."
surprise,
It's like,
surprise.
yeah, no shit.
Look at the
Um,
characters she plays.
It's true.
so we started.
I sharded. What? That's not what you said? Sorry.
We started with okay, so this is the big thing. My notes were actually kind of a little messy this past week, but the big thing that happened at the first half of the episode was Haley visiting the bar and informing us she's leaving town. She decided to pack up and go to LA. There was some discussion on potentially like we could just make you forget about this and you could just stay here and stay at the bar, but Ollie decided not to do that because of some of the problems we've encountered with forgetting things with other people that we know.
You have a traumatic past with memory alterations.
Yes. So decided she's gonna go to LA and
What was the
let her
thing that
go.
kicked her off? What do you remember?
what was the thing that kicked
The
her
werewolf
off?
attack definitely hit her street.
Oh, right. There was, yes, she did say there was something happening on her street. And yeah, so that happened, sadly, and we said goodbye to Haley. Then we decided well, Ava decided, she's like, Ollie, if you're feeling sad, I like to go out when I feel sad. I don't know if it really helped Ollie. Ollie was just like, I just want to be with you guys. But we decided to make a Painted Lady trip, but we had some errands to run along the way, starting with Dakota stopping by Frank's place, her old police contact. Gave him some info on the Lupine, really. But also a lot of talk about the SI and potentially them being in the police force. That the guns
Eagle
that
arms.
they
Eagle
get,
firearms.
Eagle arms, yeah, Eagle firearms. Probably like pumping money to like the SI, so it's a whole ass mess. But Frank is at least aware of some of that stuff. They got to catch up a little bit. Was there any other key stuff with the Frank discussion?
He gave us some details on the werewolf attack, Hannah's attack, so that we could try to track it down. And he said we have to come up with a way to cover it up.
Yep.
And I have a plan. It gave me 1 week. Mathis gave me 1 week, and I've come up with a plan.
All right, I like it. He also gave Dakota uncomfortable, caring father vibes.
Yes, once again was like, are you okay? I don't talk to my family anymore. You're my only family. Like, yeah. So,
Frank.
Yeah, Dakota has to deal with that. The next stop on our errands night was the Witch of the Yards. Tried to give her some of the lupine stuff, and she was like, no. Get that shit away from me. She was not interested. But I mean, it's good for us to know that she does not want that lupine shit near her, especially because it attracts them. So we took the stuff after we stopped by the witch. We're like, you know what? Let's bring it on over to Rose's bar. So Dakota quickly ran in. We threw the lupine stuff at her bar.
Out back.
Yep. So, hey, if they're attracted to it, maybe they'll show up to her bar.
Meanwhile, Nelson's also on his way over there.
Not my problem.
Look,
not my problem.
It'll be it'll be a mess.
I might have to have a Nelson solo episode for a minute.
No.
God, poor Nelson. Then, oh my God. Then the next thing that happened on the way to the Painted Lady was this is where my notes stopped because I
can't imagine why.
I hit a wall because we hit our Saito bar last week. Thanks, everybody. And Saito showed up. Josh himself showed up. We got a surprise Saito last week. And Sybil and I had a little talk. It was mostly a talk between Sybil and I, and her once again dangling Saito in front of me. Though, Saito spoke up for himself. And I was a little scared. He was like, you know what? Just let me go. And Sybil was like, do you ask Ava? Do you want to let him go? And of course, Ava said no. So
true to your character.
He's staying around. She honestly, what messed with me the most is Sybil is like not fucking around. I mean, she's never really fucking around, but she's like, the time is coming soon, Ava Heloise, and you need to say yes to me now, basically. So that's got
there's gonna
Ava.
come a time where I come to get you, and you need to come willingly.
Yep. And I mean, but she said, if not me, then there'll be somebody else. So she wants it. She wants me to say yes, not forcibly, but out of my choice.
And there's a reason. Do you remember why?
Because she didn't get a choice.
Well, you're also a seer.
Oh, yes. Also, which again, so Ava believes in destiny. Ava believes like she is meant to be here for this reason. So that is why she is stuck on this, and she believes in destiny. She believes in fate. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
We could also rename the Saito bar to Stress Ollie Out Bar. Works really
yes. Well. And then after that, like, Ollie was pretty pissed once again.
He was angry driving the van.
Ollie always is getting pissed. So he was upset more like he was hella upset after that. We went to the club. Ava got drunk off of some guy. And the two of them went to go talk to Edith. And Ollie was not happy. Honestly, Ollie and Dakota had a good talk, and some of the stuff Dakota said, I was like, that was pretty good, Dakota. But yeah, so that's basically where we ended, at the Painted Lady, talking to Edith and talking to McTavish. And if anybody wants to add with the conclusion of that conversation.
Yeah. So we're I know at the end of last episode, I think we said we were going to be like moving the next night. We were towards the end of the hours we had, so we were kind of forgetting how hurt Dakota is in all of this. She's fucked the fuck up. So the conversation
That's
wouldn't
not
have
true.
been like
I do karate.
he would have. Yeah, exactly. I don't have problems.
I don't have problems.
Do
I do karate, bitches. Which
Do not hang on, my cats. Hey. So the new cat is like, she came into this house and within like 5 days, she was like, I'm queen. She put everybody in their place, but now she wants to like be nice and play. And the other cats are traumatized. They have no interest.
They're like, bye.
They're like, fucking get away from me. And
Yeah, it's
she's
like a high school bully, dude. You don't get to come back in a
Literally.
class where you're gonna be like, let's be friends now.
Exactly. So point is, we're gonna push that. Well, I've said the conversation would have been more toward the like, wait a few nights, let Dakota rest, get out of the hellscape of what you still have 3 aggravated
Y'all.
damage to go.
That Saito bar is full.
Fantastic.
What?
Sorry, Ollie,
Look at-
ahead of time.
I just saw Bub's face shift from this is gonna be great to fuck me in like 2 seconds. You
get a
all
choice.
did that. This is
Fun
your
of the
fault.
show, or Bub gets to have a good time. It's one or the other. They did it last time too. So
We didn't even get through the intro. We're not even.
Whatever. I guess I'm getting
Your fault.
paid. Fuck it.
yeah, right, exactly.
Bub's up here like,
Well, if that's all, then we can jump in. I'll keep that in mind. And as we're about to jump in, I have one last request. Dakota, I think you had a remorse roll you still had to make.
no, I was hoping you'd forget about it. I do. How do I roll that on here? Remorse test. Okay.
Okay, I'll say there might be a button for it.
I
I'm
think.
not sure.
Okay. Let me just double check this because Okay. So stains. I have one stain because things got real.
You want to ping Josh now, Tracy?
I was like-
Okay.
We're gonna have to.
Remorse test.
No, Josh.
We won't start with it, but if he's free,
I guess I failed it, or
-1. Let me look up like what you need to roll for successes.
I think I have to roll 2. Why is it saying this doesn't look right? Because I rolled 1 success.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that thing.
It seems like it's just we would need to look at the dice again.
If the remorse roll results in remorse roll results in at least 1 success, the character has suffered enough guilt, shame, or regret to retain all their current humanity.
Okay, so I got
so
the
you should
1
be
success. Okay.
You roll a number of dice equal to the unmarked, unfilled dots on the humanity tracker.
Yes, so that would have been correct because I had 1 stain, so I would have had 4.
Okay.
I had I
then-
rolled 3 dice. I rolled 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you rolled 1 success, you are good.
Whew.
So you.
I don't think we're
erase
ready
this-
for Humanity 5 Dakota again. Things got real rowdy back when.
Yep, it's all set though. You're good. So then the last thing I want before I set the scene is everybody make your rouse checks for the next night, but for Dakota specifically,
Yeah,
you need to make
4.
your 4.
I know.
What are you at for hunger right now?
Just 1. I killed the poor man. I'm only at 1.
That's true. That's
I'm
true.
gonna let them roll first before I.
Yep. Okay. Ava, you begin the night at what hunger?
Nicely done.
2, just 2.
2. Okay, and Ollie's fine.
Okay, just look at the dice, everybody. Just look at the dice. That one was a fail.
Fail. So you got 2 hunger,
That
3
one's
hunger,
a fail. Fuck me. Fail.
4 hunger,
Oh, fuck me. Fail.
5 hunger. One more.
That's-
Was that 4 dice?
That was 4. That's it.
That was 4.
You do not wake up in torpor. Lucky for you. But you wake up at 5 hunger in the boat.
God damn it.
No.
Who are you gonna drain this time,
again.
Dakota?
Well, you know what? If I'm gonna do
I
this,
meant to
I'm gonna
say-
go ahead and just solve that health thing. It's
Yeah,
just yep.
resolve the health thing. Obviously, this is. I know this. I wouldn't consider this meta. However, you would have when you would have gotten back to the pier the night before. Cops would have been there. Missing persons would have been called in.
Fuck.
The dude you killed, the security guard you killed, is missing. So maybe you didn't stay at the boat.
I might
if
have
there were
gone.
cops there.
Yeah, no. Then I would have gone back to like the theater, the train yard.
The bar, wherever.
Yeah.
You just tell me where you are for when
I
we
don't
open the
usually
scene.
stay at the bar. I usually stay. What the nearest?
Train yard.
Yeah, that seems appropriate. Yeah, I would have gone to the train yard. Just like.
And is there
pulled up.
is there a sunproof area you have in the train yard?
I use the car. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't because what I do in the train yard is meld with earth, and I would have had to rouse beforehand. So I would have
so
gone
that
back
would-
to the theater, which does have the basement.
That does have a sunproof
Yep.
room in the basement. Yep. Okay. That's fine. So I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, wait, the train yard's kind of a hard place to.
It would have had to be the. Woo, I'm gonna
Yep,
hit the
that's fine.
streets hungry. Let me find a drunk dude.
So then let's go ahead and set the scene, rein things in, and open up on Dakota and seeing what she's been up to. And it's the sounds of something unfamiliar for Dakota as our vision from silence and darkness slowly comes into focus. Instead of the quiet rocking of a boat, perhaps the gentle conversation of somebody on the piers or the motors of boats coming into dock for the evening, you're met with the soft footsteps of a few folk upstairs, some soft voices, and a familiar one in Nelson, of course, as he's getting the theater up and running and getting ready to open for the evening. You sit at the bottom of the theater, where no sun can trickle in and reach you. But as your eyes open, you struggle to even maintain control of your own thoughts. It isn't an awakening as most nights. The beast within, the wolf that rouses, strikes forward and almost awakens you with a startle. And the only thing you can think of is to quell the hunger. It has gifted you with healing, now gift it with food. How are you going to feed?
Do we have like a janitor or something that we hire regularly to clean this place?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat the janitor.
Absolutely. I wouldn't even have to make you go upstairs. You probably wait downstairs impatiently.
He
for
comes
a little
down with
bit.
a mop and he's toast.
And as you hear the footsteps coming down beforehand, and you don't even get to focus on them. You just assume it's the janitor, and luckily it is. As you pin him up against the wall, the broom falls to the ground, clattering with the wooden stick clattering with the concrete floor. And go ahead and make me a hunger frenzy check.
Yeah, we're just gonna resist.
Holy crap!
Okay,
wow,
I'm feeling good today. 1, 2, 3,
Dear
4,
God,
5,
you roll
6.
so many dice for that.
That was the resist frenzy, right?
I imagine. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure.
Because I have all my willpower. I have all my willpower right now.
Yeah, if you have all your willpower and all that shit, you're good.
Okay, well there it is. I rolled
1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6, more than you need. You have control. While the beast, as your fangs slide forward from their gums, covering the teeth that are almost there for show, and you sink them into his skin before he has a chance to scream or shout, and he simply falls limp. The wolf within seems to want to rip at his throat, tear out the jugular, and drink the vitae from the source in a rich, warm atmosphere. And there's that moment where you clench down and you can feel your jaw wanting to. There is a part of you that does sound fun and delicious, but your senses come to. You remember the wounds as you can feel your own bones snapping into place, what your purpose is over the next few nights. And the wolf is tamed under heel for this moment. How much do you drink from him?
So if I drink 4, he's going to be passed out for a while.
No,
he's dead at 4?
He's dead at 4.
Then
3
I will drink
is
3.
like borderline.
I'll drink 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to make it look like he took a tumble down the stairs. So I'm just going to leave him like kind of laid out on the stairs. The broom is like next to him all. Yeah.
Are you going to like crack him in the head or like give him a black eye or something, make it look like he bumped his head?
I worry about hurting him.
Well, if you're doing it, I wouldn't make you like roll a strength ball and accidentally crack his skull open. You're not about to frenzy.
Yeah, I'll like when I get him all like positioned, on the stairs. I'll take the end of the mop and just like egg knot him.
Okay, yeah, exactly. He's also, he's gonna be a little pale, a little cold to the touch. I mean, he's blood in him, but not a lot. But he's still alive. And you checked for a breath, and there is that shallow breath that remains. In Dakota, maybe how do you like standing up? Looking at your wounds now, down to 2 aggravated damage?
I've got 3.
3 aggravated? Okay, so you started at 4 for the session?
I started at 4 at this session because I had 6,
cool. So
remember? So I've
3.
done this the third time.
And
I've still got 1, 2, 3. I've still got 5 superficial, which I may, depending on if I can find enough people to feed from, I can rouse and heal those.
Yeah, I need to double check. It used to be true in the other one, but usually the rules is you have to heal your aggravated before you can heal your superficial.
I was about to say, I will have to check on that, but basically you're supposed to be able to rouse as many times as you want until
for superficial.
So
I just in older editions, it doesn't matter right now anyway.
I'm still healing from the last time from my werewolf run. Everybody, this is still just damage from the werewolf.
Yeah, a reminder of how lethal this world can be.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of that, though, as you rouse and you swing up the stairs, I imagine you probably slip out the back door. You don't really bother going through.
Yeah, no, I don't want to really be seen. But can I, on my way out, just hit the pawn shop. I got a quick question for my dear lady who sells bounties.
Absolutely. You'd be making your way to the bar anyway as you're all gathering for tonight because you may be expecting company this evening. And as you make your way to the pawn shop and swing in,
Oh,
she's
right.
actually a little bit busy. It's a little earlier than you typically visit. It's closer to like 8 or 9 o'clock. And she's got a few people mingling about and she's negotiating a sale of something with someone. But if she's at the very tail end, she hands over some cash. She pulls over a box, slides it underneath her, and says, her thanks and looks over because she heard the bell of the door. And as she sees you, there's that typical look of like, why are you in here? And
Yeah, I'm like looking at grenades or, like brass knuckles or something.
no, brass knuckles grenades are in the back. They're not out in public.
Yeah, I'm like shopping brass
knuckles. Yeah, she's got a row of them, gold, silver,
yeah,
black.
I'm browsing
ones.
new ones, and when she's done, I kind of make quick tail, knowing that there's shit's about to get real on the streets of Chicago. And so Dakota kind of walks up. She goes, "Look, I was wondering about those bounties."
She shakes her head, sweetheart. You are not supposed to be in here.
Well, you can go to the back.
She like shouts, "Hey, get out of here!"
Who?
And for the first time, you see somebody else wander out from the back. It's an older gentleman, a little older than her. He's got like an eye patch on and like some bandages underneath it. You can see he's walking with the cane. He's a bit heavy set, and he pulls up like a wooden stool and just plops on it. And you can hear it creak underneath. And she's like, "Just watch the front while I talk to her, all right?" And she ushers you, and he doesn't say a word. He just like looks to the front. His whole like mouth is slightly agape.
Sure, your boyfriend.
My son. Anyway, he looks older than her.
I'm like, Dakota's like, right, okay. And does she keep the bounties up on a wall back here?
No, she doesn't even have them displayed.
Okay, so I'm gonna be just real transparent with you. I don't actually need to fulfill the bounty. I just thought maybe you could point me in the direction. Chicago's full of lowlives, and I know that you know of somebody here locally that does dog fighting.
She pulls her half-used box of cigarettes out of her like side pocket, and she just kind of throws a cigarette in her mouth. I'm not giving you a bounty, kid.
It's not a bounty. I'm just looking for dog fighters.
I'm not gonna put you in the animal ring, kid. You're 13 years old.
What if I told you I was getting some help from the local law enforcement to bring down a local dog fighting ring?
You give that local law enforcement my phone number, and I'll be happy to talk.
Well, actually, I kind of did. He may drop by. Just be really nice to him, okay?
If you're serious. For one, she actually steps forward while she lets the cigarette dangle from her lips, and she puts her hand on your shoulder. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, sweetheart.
What didn't you told me I need to seek better adult figures in my life.
She smiles, and she gives a half-hearted smile. She looks over her shoulder. She's like, "Yeah, well, not everybody listens to my advice."
Well,
as she looks like obviously back toward Hank.
Yeah, and I did. I took your advice, and that is why I'm here looking for information on dogfighting rings.
What's the name of the officer I should be expecting?
Officer Haynes.
Officer Haynes.
Yeah.
And what exactly do you need this dogfighting info for that I can't just tell him?
Well, I'm not entirely sure he's gonna drop by. But I am his eyes on the street, his inside man, his info gal.
You remind me of a younger me. She takes the last full drag of her cigarette. What do you want to know, kid?
I just need to know who maybe some of the local people are, maybe the big time fighters, and where these kind of take place. I want the worst of the worst, the real scummy guy.
Well, I don't know if you think it's a bigger racket than it actually is. There ain't that many happening out there. There's only like one or two well known. The one I know is run by a guy named Felix.
Felix.
You want to write that down? You're going to remember it.
Oh, no, I definitely grabbed my notebook and I like scribbled Felix down. And I like, okay, Felix. He would happen to be Irish, would he?
She takes a minute to think. And now that you mention it, he might be. I don't know. I've only met that guy a couple times. I don't get involved in animal cruelty.
Well, I'm here to stop animal cruelty. I'm like the DARE program, but not for drugs for dogs.
Well, I know he has a few local things that he does, but for the most part, He has one big one a month. Runs it out in Belmont Central. Outskirts of the city. Most cops ain't out there.
Yet. They're not out there yet.
And she actually nods and smiles as she reaches in for another cigarette and just instantly lights it. But this time, if she takes a drag, she offers it to you.
Oh, I'm underage.
I know, but it was the... And she actually like gestures to her throat.
This is all natural, baby.
She and then she smokes, takes another drag again. Up in Belmont Central somewhere. I don't think he does it in the same place twice. Again, not much of my problem. He doesn't make it out downtown too much.
He's about to become the police problem. Okay.
Is this your whole plan the whole time? These past few years, you've just been, or is this a recent turn of events?
You know me. Just trying to do out there on the streets doing the right thing. This has been the plan the whole time, was to get inside with, a good bounty hunter, work with the police, try to really clean up the streets of Chicago.
She just nods at that, and it's clear she doesn't believe a word you're saying. And she just kind of does another long drag. Whatever the case, kid, like I said, sweetheart, I'm proud of you.
Well,
honestly, don't trust the cops either, just so you know.
Yeah, they're all pigs. The Felix, he got a last name?
Shakes head, I'm sure he does, but not one that I would know.
All right.
Man runs a hell of an illegal ring. I doubt he wants most of his details out there.
Okay, well, I'm sure I can hunt him down. I mean, the police can hunt him down. No big deal.
Kid, be safe out there. I know I can't stop you at this point. I see what the people you run with.
Well, just wait till when you meet my police friend. He's very straight and narrow.
Again, she gives like a raised eyebrow. I better see you again alive.
Don't you worry. I'm always alive when I come in here.
And because of that visit to the pawn shop, Ava and Ollie would have had some time alone.
Yep.
Out in the bar. I don't know if there's any conversation that needs to be had. However, the typical openings of the restaurant, of the bar happen. Because Ollie is well-connected and rather wealthy in his own right, never mind the connections he has, the new equipment is arriving tonight. It was a 24-hour delivery service. Cost you a bit of a pretty penny. Nothing that you can't make up in the next couple of weeks. But as Ava is arriving, you could see a big truck on the front and a couple of guys just lifting heavy stuff and making with like the straps and stuff to carry the ovens and stoves. And they start walking in the back alley. I'm imagining you don't have awe on, but in case you do, their eyes would dart.
I do not.
They are your
unless
type.
If they're doing a bad job, I might, but I'll monitor them closely and make sure
you walk in the front door that still says closed because Grant hasn't opened it yet. And in the back, Ollie, Grant has already told you, like, hey, I don't plan on opening the place until everything's installed. I don't want it to be fucking chaos, and I can't fucking handle that shit. And every single night is a goddamn new server, and I don't know anyone's name, and I don't know if I can trust them, but they're from Ava's corner of the world, so I just assume. And that's what he's saying to Ollie and Ava. As you walk in the front door, you can kind of hear that through the window and make your way through the back. And he's like, oh, hey, beautiful. Them. Speaking of.
Yes. Are you excited to have an all-new kitchen here, Grant?
He looks over to Ollie. What kind of oven did you get me, boss? Is it like turn on shit?
I mean, it's not like top of the top. We don't have really a big kitchen, It's pretty good though. I bought one of them the new Vulcans, the 8-burner gas stoves.
8-burner gas stoves. How many do we have before?
It was barely 3.
Does that mean I'm gonna need to work more?
I think it's probably going to help you work a little more efficiently. Oh, wow. But don't worry, I also sprung for this dishwashing line. It's going to take some assembly, but you run it in, you kind of slide it through, bring the thing down, lift an arm, and it runs hot water for you.
Oh my God, I don't have to wash them by fucking hand anymore. Maybe that giant crazy monster attack was worth every second.
Well, I mean, it ran me for about $13,000, so I hope it's every penny worth it.
Oh, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, no, it wasn't easy, but hopefully we make it back in drink sales.
Are you I don't know how much money you have, boss, but if you need help, I got some stashed away. I got like $500 on hand.
I'm
at all
good, buddy.
times.
I'm good. I think we'll be all right.
All right. And then the guys start moving in, and he starts moving out of the way. Does Ava and Ollie have a conversation prior to Dakota showing up, or do we want to move to Dakota showing up?
I think you'll probably see Ollie like after they start dropping it into to the kitchen. He'll probably start moving it and assembling this line. Likely kind of like it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be greased up material. So he likely like gets down to like without being like a lewd situation. He probably makes sure he takes off all of his nice clothes. Right.
Yeah.
So it's probably just gonna be him in his like pants and belt. Maybe like some tennis shoes, and he's just kind of like shoving things into place, like wrenching it down by hand. He's not even using tools at this point. He's just kind of using it by hand since he's already so naturally strong.
And I imagine like we see the moving guys putting that last piece down, and like, oh, like, struggling, but it's heavy. And they finally unattach everything and leave. And as they're gone, Ollie just walks over with one hand, fucking like lifts it up effortlessly, drags it to where he actually wants it, begins the assemblage. And it's just the contrast of the struggle and effort of a mortal, and then Ollie just effortlessly moving this thing like it's a piece of paper.
Love that.
Ava,
Ava,
does she let linger quiet?
yeah, Ava just kind of hangs around, doesn't really say much, let him do his
Grant
thing.
would swing back in the back and be like, hey, do you need help, boss?
I mean, see what's going on with Ava. I figured by this time she'd probably come back and at least holler at me. I did hear her
He
walk
looks
in.
over his shoulder. She's right here, boss.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
You doing all right?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Just kind of keeping my hands busy, Idle hands is a devil's playground and all that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have people who can do that, but
Just gonna mute my mic for a second. I just got scared.
I don't know what happened, but Mathis just got just jumped. I mean, we have people who can do that kind of stuff, but
I don't know.
I know you like to do it yourself.
It's kind of cathartic, It's one of the few things that I feel like I get some control over.
No, I get that.
When's the last time you did anything like this? Don't you you did photography for a while, right? Like,
I did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like assembling your picture,
Yeah, it's nice. It's if that's your craft, it's something you like to put the time into.
I don't know. I've always liked cooking. There's something about it. It's one of the few things that that kept my mom happy. She was really happy in the kitchen. She loved baking. She baked cakes for a lot of people, and that's one of the few memories that I have of her was in the kitchen. It's something that just stuck with me, Rare occurrence when you can recall back to that part of your life. My mom died when I was really young, so memories of her is a little stretched. It's stretched thin. But I remember she was a wizard, She out there, she had that Lagasse style to her, and it was all about there's pizzazz in the kitchen. She'd take you to Flavortown real fast. But my little kid mouth, it couldn't pick up on all the nuance. Now that I'm older, I guess before, I became what I am. It's nice. Really knowing flavors, understanding palates and textures and how long to make things. And I know that nobody really knew all of the effort that went into making that breakfast the other day, but I'll be honest, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit when it was just classic eggs and bacon. Wasn't just eggs and bacon to me. There was something there more. It was my mom.
Well, you're still quite good at it, and it's nice to have a meal from you every once in a while. So
Grant, kind of still standing there awkwardly, chimes in. I'm sorry, I picked out the tomatoes, boss.
No, it's all right, buddy. I should have asked, right? I should have asked. Now that I mention it, it would help to know going forward. Like Ollie kind of stands up. Are you actually allergic to anything?
I'm just gonna say mushrooms because I fucking hate them.
You hate them, or you don't really have a lot of them?
There are some good mushrooms.
I don't like the texture of mushrooms, the slimy, boogery grossness that
all
is
right, I got you.
Grown from the corpses of dead things. No offense. No offense. No offense to dead things.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one. And he just walks out to the front uncomfortably. It's at this point. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say it's usually Dakota arrives.
That's exactly as he wanders out, the back door opens. And Dakota, you walk in on Ava and Ollie putting something together with just his pants and belt on and just like putting together like a stove, but he's standing up and chatting with Ava as you see Grant walking out as you walk in.
Hey, Ollie, you know crime stuff, right? Like crimey people, like the underbelly of the city and stuff.
Crimey people, Ollie.
Yeah. No, I know a few crimey people.
Okay,
yeah.
so just may perchance, I have a friend who's looking for dogfighting rinks.
Okay.
Hypothetically, if you knew of any, or a guy named Felix, would you tell me?
Felix doesn't ring a bell, but you haven't really ventured into the animal fighting world.
And I don't really touch on the animal fighting stuff. I got a soft spot, right? Like I made the
Well, then
my
you're
goal
gonna,
is
you're
to
gonna
befriend them or to eat them.
You're gonna love this. We're gonna frame him for Hannah's mistake.
Okay, all right, hold on a minute. There's a that's a kind of bad, right? That's a kind of like if you're gonna find a guy to do this, make sure that he's at least, a murderer.
I mean,
He murders dogs with other
dog fighting's
dogs.
pretty deplorable.
I'm pretty sure that is the low of the low.
But Ollie does make a point. It should be somebody that's a little more.
Like I'm with you, right? Like it's bad to hurt
heinous.
dogs, but like he should be slapped around a couple of times.
We should find somebody
Well,
who
I'm gonna
is like.
frame him for being a serial killer using his dogs and ripping people apart. That seems pretty spot on. How else are you gonna explain a serial killer that ripped their victims open into asunder, confetti of innards?
I guess that is very dog-like.
What if I was able to find someone who was actually a killer? I can find it.
I still qualify this guy as a killer. And technically, if he's involved with the Irish, which I have good information that he might be, he probably is a killer, and this dogfighting thing's just like, a cherry on his really bad guy ice cream.
I don't know. On my moral scale, right? Like it's there's levels of bad, and like dogfighting sucks. It's something we try to put a stop to, but there's actual hitters in these streets, and some of them have no lines if they're not afraid to topple over. Some of them are like straight kid killers.
Serial killer, but you got to make it the reality of a basic human being able to do what was done. It looks like an animal attack. The news talked about it as a creature escaped from the zoo. That's not a person serial killer.
All right. But well, hear me on this, right? Like, while you've got this great, and it's a great idea. Every one of his dogs will get euthanized.
Not
Also
if we
good
find a
point.
better place for them.
Then you have no proof. If they're going to tear him apart, they're going to eat some of them. That happens. It's inevitable. You're going to find traces of it in the gums. As a crimey guy and dealing with some of these individuals, it's going to happen that way.
Well,
They'll euthanize all the dogs.
Been multiple nights. I think with Frank's help, I could convince them not to euthanize the dogs and find a better use for them.
Look, I think if you got Frank's help, maybe have it to where he killed his dogs, and you move him with Frank's help. Because it's law.
Okay.
Law and legislation. You do that. You put him down.
Okay. Well, when have I ever lived my life by the law? I've never even paid taxes. I still don't even know technically what they are. That being said, I like the idea of moving the dog, saying he killed them, got rid of the evidence, but still pinning it on a dog like he's a bad guy. Let's get rid of him. Plus, he may lead us to more information on the local Irish gang.
All right.
And who says you can't beat the shit out of him first? I just got to deliver him to Frank.
Well, let me see who I can dig up.
You dig up somebody better. Until then, Felix is at the top of my shit list.
I'll see what I can find out on this Felix character. It shouldn't be too hard. I've ran with enough dirt in the city. I could find him.
Can I ask Dakota if it already hit the news that this was some wild attack? Clearly, the Camarilla probably also know about it. Why are we trying to frame it as something else? Like,
Frank
if they don't
needs
know.
the file closed, and until they find, the police don't believe it was animal attack. The news does.
For kind, not for kindred purposes.
I see.
The kind need an answer. They want to blame it on somebody, something. And Frank needs a way out, so I tried to give it to him.
Okay. Okay, that's fine then. I suppose that. I'm just why are we going through all of this just to, protect some wolf? But I get it. I understand.
I mean, look, if y'all got a better idea, let me know. I can't prove a Yeti. I thought about that last night. I thought, what could
You get
possibly...
pictures? You get pictures of the scenes at all?
I will have them. I can pick them up from Frank tonight. He's Xeroxing them.
I was gonna say, you wouldn't be, the crime scenes would be kind of like too cleaned up or like taken care of, but Frank would definitely have.
Frank has fresh crime scene photos. I've seen them. They're atrocious. I mean, at least I now know Hannah can take care of herself. I just didn't know to what extent.
I mean, the coterie didn't really know to what extent. This has been their first, I think, full-on experience with a lupine.
It's pretty graphic.
It was terrifying.
When a kindred dies, we just dust. There's no mess. It's real messy when it comes to Kine.
I was pulling my punches that entire time. I didn't want to hurt that kid.
Yeah.
But they did some things that I did not know that they could do. I felt that rib break when I connected with it.
Yeah.
But when I saw her upstairs, that shit was back again.
Yeah,
I mean,
it seems that her body regenerates significantly faster than ours.
Yeah, you look pretty rough still.
Hey, I'm doing better. My black eye is now purple, not black, so...
I'll be honest, if I was afforded the opportunity and I needed to, I think if I caught them just right, I could probably collapse one. At least long enough to let others help me finish it. But if they catch me, I'm fucked. If the situation was reversed, I don't think I'd be walking right now.
Well, I've worked
But
really
that's also
hard.
true, though.
Yeah, I
it's
guess,
true.
yeah.
Like Ollie, when he hits, if he wanted to, even if it didn't kill him, it would. If he went full on, crack through a hole in them.
I'm hoping that we can. Let's deal with the first problem, which is I am interested in covering up Hannah's tracks. I filled Frank in on the whole lupine infestation. He seemed to feel it was a little far-fetched, but then again, he drinks my blood. So here we are. He'll get over it. He'll smoke some cigarettes, drink some beer. Oh, and I need a DVD player. Damn it, I was at the pawn shop and I forgot.
Well, I mean, are you doing all right on this whole this front of your physical stuff? It looks like you're looking a little better, but like I know the kind of taxing that it can be on the body and how much you got to feed.
Well, the janitor at the theater may choose to find a new job.
He's still alive, right?
He last time he was breathing. I made it look like he fell down the stairs.
Ooh.
I didn't hurt him. I swear
I
I didn't hurt him. This is why we have insurance, right?
Yeah.
And Nelson
doesn't sue
files
us.
the paperwork. He's the manager, so
I'm sure he'll have it handled.
The
The poor kids.
But the real problem is waking up every night.
We should probably get you some food on hand for the morning.
Yes. Dakota should not go back to sleep
I can
hungry.
heal some of the little stuff if I just had, a lineup of men
Food.
to eat. Yeah.
Grant chimes in. Take care of me after I can make myself available at least for one of the nights.
Grant, I'm not. You have to. Okay. You know what?
What? I'm mortal. I'm still delicious.
2 years ago, when I still thought you were actually an asshole, you would have been top of my list for eating. But now you're kind
Don't
of.
kill me. I'm offering it like
You're
as a
a
thing.
softie. I can't.
And
I have a particular taste. Okay.
Aren't you going to take the kid to meet Drip? Couldn't you just get her some bags from that?
it's not the same. It's not the same. Additionally, like in the heat of the moment from experience, you kind of lose yourself. And what do you do if she loses herself and she just takes all of you?
Bye-bye,
Okay.
Grant.
Point. Set match.
Okay, so
Game.
I'm just gonna go crawl the streets for a bit, eat some really,
Where are you gonna go?
I mean, there's
Because
gotta be.
this territory has been fed in recently a couple of times.
Couple
now.
of times, yeah.
It becomes
We still
dangerous
have
to do
we have our
so.
train yard.
Do have the train yard. I can go hunt the train
do have
yard.
the train
first
yard.
and
Does
hold
anybody
it.
have a?
To my not the rack. Not the rack.
We've got the homeless network. The homeless
You got the
network.
homeless network. Does anybody
Yeah.
have a herd they could?
I have
offer?
a herd.
Tracy has a herd she could offer. How many points in herd do you have?
I have, I believe, just 2.
So you could get 2 points. Like
Yeah,
if you
2.
the herd, you could keep the herd around her. You could have her sleep somewhere with the herd nearby, and the morning comes and she feeds off the 2 people that are there.
So I think what I should do is start by just trying to heal what I can and see how hungry I get. Then we can figure out how much I actually need.
It's all about waking up the next night.
And
Yeah, the
we still
next
got
night's
the,
a whole new story.
Remember, we parsed out all that money from Crowley. We've got the butcher, and I know we could get something from the farm. We could get you a pig. Easy. How do you think I'm going to get all these
I can't eat
deers?
animal blood.
Why?
Don't I?
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
I have to eat twice as much.
Yeah.
What's your BP?
1.
Well, for me, it's twice as much.
It's twice as much for Ava. For you, it should still be normal.
Okay, yeah, I guess I could eat pigs. I was
A
really
lot of
hoping
gangrel
to-
like do hunting deer and
Some-
stuff.
We don't need. Let's just get you some fresh boys.
When you
That's-
say it like that,
Shit, I have
I
ever
don't
heard
like
you
how you
say.
said that. The voice of God.
some fresh men.
I think I'll take the pigs. When you put it, like
I got
that,
some.
Ava.
I got some guys. We can get you.
You have strayed so far from God.
Are they fully clothed?
Yes, they are. Okay.
Someone
They're-
doesn't pretend.
some fresh young men. Okay.
Right.
Still weird.
Yeah.
Still really weird.
I mean, 17 forever.
And,
right?
I mean-
So,
Right. Let me pose that question again, Ava. What do you do if she snaps and drains you, fresh young boy, like a full-ass Capri Sun? What then?
It wouldn't be the first time.
he won't be so
But you're
fresh
right.
anymore.
It is-
Hey-o.
Weird.
It
Okay,
is-
I still
it
think we
is-
at least get a pig on hand just in case.
Ugh, fine.
Y'all didn't line up fresh young boys for me when I was out. Now I'm getting jealous.
I have never had a fresh lineup of anything
men.
really. So you know what? I'm gonna just start by trying to heal what I can and see how hungry
Fresh.
I get.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Fresh
just-
young boys, you sound like fucking
I
Cretius.
failed again.
Well, I do go to the university sometimes.
Do I have
my
to
God.
succeed? I have to succeed at the rouse to heal the superficial.
No, you just get hungrier when you do it.
Great, perfect. Well, that's my life story today. I have yet to succeed at a rouse check. Fuck my life. Okay, I'm pretty hungry now. I'm feeling really hungry. Pig.
Pig
Look, I
or
gotta-
people.
I gotta hit the butcher anyway because I've got to feed K&O. They got to eat.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We should.
And
some
if
pigs.
I might be misremembering, but I think Damien's coming by today.
What? I mean,
Oh boy.
well, should why? Oh, right. You have to take him on. A
Yeah, I
field
got to take
trip.
him. Yeah, I got to take him in. Yeah.
Okay, well, what if Ava and I go to the butcher and we pick up some fresh pig and some slabs of meat for your pets, and
Because they have to be live.
well, we can bring
Ugh.
we can bring it live.
Grant, can you help them? Can you get the truck again with the pull behind?
Yeah, well, what? I wasn't paying attention. What?
Wait, we gotta get a stag and a pig.
Oh,
The
okay,
stag is
I
gonna go
see.
for K&O, and the pig is for just in case scenario.
How many just in case scenarios we got left?
I think we should probably pay for 2 pigs and pick up 1 today because I don't think we're gonna have space in the pull behind.
So is that Dakota going to be sleeping with K&O then for a little bit?
But
I don't know.
I had not considered that as an option. Can't we just keep the pigs at like the train yard or in the theater or at the boat? Oh wait, we can't go to the boat. There's police there.
We got a holding pen for stock. well, near K&O, if that's something you prefer.
Yeah,
Well-
can we just stop there? You feed off of them, we feed
Yeah,
the
you know what?
cats, and we head back.
Yeah, and we'll yeah.
We'll feed
Grant
the
once
cats
again
and the
kind of clears his
gangrel.
throat. We're closed. And he shouts through the door out to through the service window. When you look in, you see the door just about shutting, and you hear the bell, and you see Damien walking in.
That's a lot
Boy.
faster than I thought.
We are closed.
That's
No,
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 it's,
You're
no,
also
it's,
like
it's,
15
it's-
years old, 12 years old. Like what?
Grant, it's a sheriff. It's a sheriff.
It's okay, it's cool.
Oh, sweet Jesus! And he like drops to a knee.
Nope.
Welcome
No,
to the
it's not
bar.
that. It's not that heavy. It's not. Come on. Just
Welcome.
let
in.
us talk.
This is the Lights Out pub.
I don't think I've ever been so embarrassed in my life.
I'd step out. Damien.
He just gives you like a subtle nod. He walks over
That's-
to you and extends his hand to shake yours.
I shake his hand. It's like, no, that's my ghoul, Grant.
It's whatever. He looks past, sees Ava, gives Ava a nod, sees Dakota, and gives them a nod and a smile.
I try to hide the fact I have a black eye and lean cool on the bar.
Shall we move in the back and talk?
Yeah, it's fine. We're closed tonight anyway. Shouldn't be an issue. Grant's not really a problem.
He just nods. He makes his way toward the kitchen door, swings it open. Everybody's already back there, and Grant looks confused for a minute and then decides he's going to go up front and not be
You go
involved.
get that van ready, Grant.
Yeah, he's off. He wanders off and grabs the keys. And Damien, as he swings back, just kind of stands in the center of the room and looks around. So how many of you guys are coming along?
It's just gonna be me and you, pal.
He nods to that, and his eyes do kind of move to Dakota.
Oh yeah, Ava and I have to go get some pigs.
I'd go if you wanted to, Dakota.
No, you know what? We have really important business at the butcher's.
His eyes goes from looking at you in the eyes to down to your chest. What the hell happened to you? You all right?
I am great. I'm feeling much better. This evening, there was some unusual activity.
He takes a couple of slow steps toward you. Yeah, not many things can do that to us.
I survived.
It's part of what I was hoping to get a chance to talk to you about.
Yeah, what the pigs.
He
are
turns his
for.
head over his shoulder as Ollie speaks to him, and then turns his whole body.
He looks to Ava and Dakota. Next couple of nights, we're making a move on some targets, some real problems. Not just a problem for Dakota, but a problem for Kindred as a whole.
I'm listening.
I know of a hunter cell that's operating about 5 blocks away. I've got some eyes on them. I've been in myself. There's about a dozen of them. They're well armed, well supported, well supplied. They've been making hits on Kindred, and I've discovered that the cell may have taken the action that took Genghis away from the Anarchs.
Are they coming from the north?
Yeah, I think so.
He nods.
They're butted up against Berwyn.
Yeah, I've had some info trickle in that there's been some aggression from kind of north. I sent one of my hounds out there. This is
To be
better.
honest, Damien, we could use some help.
Well, if you can give me more information, I can look in a little bit more specifically. Seems like you might know a little bit more than I do.
We're going in 2 nights' time, with or without the support of the Camarilla. We can't have hits on us like this. It's a disgrace, and the aggression is, well, it's become a problem, as you can see.
I have hounds out there because the cam's aware of it.
Well,
This could be good
It's
for
about
both. Then
there's about a dozen of them. They're armed. They're educated. They seem to be purely
government-backed at the
involved,
very least.
government-backed. Yeah, that's our thought.
He nods to that. Yeah, they were able to pick a couple of us out. Well, he wouldn't said us. He said, yeah, I'm aware. They were able to pick out 1 or 2 kindred out of a crowd.
Yeah.
Easily. So they've got money at their back at least.
They definitely have the tech. And from what I've seen, they're operating out of 2 buildings. They're, like you said, well-funded, as you've guessed. And universally, it's under one of the same firearm names. It's Eagle Arms. Had some close-up looks. I've even gone as far as using some of my clan abilities to help me sneak in to see some of the things. I got eyes on some of their sharpshooters. I know exactly where they seem to meet. Looks like a bit of a lunchroom, a lounge, if you will. Usually sits 4 or 5 at a time, but they move in small groups, generally about 3 at a time.
When was the last time you were, or when were you made aware of all this?
Well, I knew before they came in. A month prior, I had seen face-to-face an individual who kind of went by this name, Mr. Pink, something like that. Maybe it was a couple months back.
He
But I hadn't
nods to
seen
that
him.
and actually like kind of interrupts you. He's like, yeah, about a month back, things got more aggressive. We were
Yeah, he
aware
was-
of them before. Hunters tend to hang around, but lately they've had a fire lit under their ass, it seems.
He's not been in town. He's been gone. From what I've seen, they moved in this entire new sect. Kids, a lot of them, probably early 20s, real up-and-comers, and they're looking to make a name for themselves. At least from what I've heard. We
Would
got,
you mind sharing the location tonight with me so I can pass it along to my hounds?
oh, of course, and I'll give him the details on the block.
He doesn't write it down or anything. He just kind of nods along. When we're done when you and I are done tonight, I'll head out and make sure they get the information they need. I appreciate it.
I will be honest with you, Damon. I think that they're building dossiers on us, as there's been a bizarre threat on not only my life, but everything that tenders to me important. This is why I'm making a move on them.
It doesn't surprise me. I'm sure you've already heard plenty of the trouble we're having around the world.
Yeah.
And he rolls his eyes when he says that a little bit. Yeah, well, this is the kind of action that preceded London, so this is the kind of thing we're all hands on deck for.
Great.
It was similar out there, apparently.
I don't know if you're going to be there for that, or if you're sending your hounds. But I've got a few that have signed up already, and if Dakota's feeling up to it, I think she's going to be there. I think she said that she's going to try to reach out to one of the other gangrel, a local. What did you say his name was? Moon. Something like
And
that.
he looks over. Yeah, as you say that, he looks over to Dakota.
Yep, just so you know, 2 gangrels are better than 1, I always say.
He doesn't smile, but he
Anarchs.
nods.
Some of the Anarchs are kind of stepping up. Met with one last night. Can't say I know a lot about him. He's kind of a mouthy sort. Real asshole. I think he goes by McTavish. He opted in. He's going to bring some hands. He said he's got someone that he's bringing as well.
That could make things messy. I want to help, but having the Anarchs there along with the Camarilla, tensions might mount. Can you guarantee me McTavish won't make a move on me if I'm there?
I'll stand in between personally. I'll govern this as I'm leading it myself.
I appreciate you putting yourself in the middle, but I can handle myself.
We do have a small agreement with McTavish. He comes as long as we promise not to harm his right-hand
Protege?
man. Yeah, I imagine Ghoul.
Terrorist with the fucking kid, I'm aware.
Yeah, we can't touch the kid.
Hey, enemy of my enemy, right? This is a situation we've discovered.
I mean, his posture never changes. He still holds a very relaxed set, and actually, when he leans up against a nearby wall and loosens the pressure up on one of his feet, I ain't gonna make a move on him. Hunters are more of a threat than anything right now.
Agreed.
And McTavish promised not to use any major explosives, so we're definitely gonna have to go in with some firepower.
I still want to send my hounds out there tonight and tomorrow night, get a little bit of information on myself.
They've got a range. They have a radius of watch. The only reason I was able to get in was because, Nosferatu. I can do that.
I'm lucky enough to have the resources of the Camarilla at my hands, so I'll be cautious. My hounds are good at what they do.
Good. Unfortunately, you lost the best possible hound you had, but she's standing here in your midst.
Might say lost, but with the way things are going, she's only become more useful and valuable,
I'm inclined to agree.
as have all
Okay.
of you. Begrudgingly. And he looks over to Ava. Same with you.
Well, we have to go pick up some pigs, and the labyrinth awaits.
Yeah, what are you hoping to figure out down there, anyway?
I don't even know. Never been.
All right, well, I'm not going to hold your hand. You can take care of yourself, but don't stray far. If it doesn't like you, it doesn't matter how old or how powerful you are. It will straight evict your ass. It's done it to me once or twice already. It's thrown me into various places of Chicago, and even once out in Madison. So, like I said, stay close, and if you're out of eyeshot, you're basically gone.
He doesn't seem pressed at all. He maintains his very relaxed stance. He nods along in agreement, doesn't break eye contact with you, and when you're done, he pushes himself off the wall. Well, stop wasting time, man. Let's go.
All right. And Ollie will reassemble his look. He puts the shirt back on, the vest, everything that he's got to. He kind of rolls up the sleeves for this experience, make sure that his mask is fastened tightly.
Yeah. And you lead him to the closest entrance?
Actually, for the sake of this, if things get weird, he really does not want this mask broken.
Yeah.
He's probably going to take the mask off, leave it here.
Yeah, that's fine. As you maybe even do you unlatch it right in the back right then and there, or do you like kind of do it downstairs quietly?
He'll do it right here. I mean, Grant's not here, and
Grant's not here, no. But Grant has seen
the
it.
ladies have seen this as well, so
is Grant.
it's not really pressing.
And Damien is a kindred of some age who has seen quite a bit. And Nosferatu or something he interacts with usually, he does not flinch at all. He knows you're a Nos. And the reveal of your mouth is something that doesn't face him remotely. And he just looks to you when you're good and ready. He's like, so is the entrance close or?
Yeah, we're going to move down the block. We're going to need some sort of noise, something that you can hear. Do you have a whistle? Do you have something like a call? He
makes a short, high pitched whistle with two fingers. His thumb and his index finger. Yep.
Keep it concise.
Yep. And he does. It's very simple. And he just says, lead the way.
As they go to exit, like right as Damien passes and it's just Ollie, Dakota makes eyes at him and goes, don't lose him. He's the sheriff.
Ollie gives a shrug.
Oh.
Good luck.
He's gonna lose him.
Down the stairs or out the back door you go.
Yeah, I'm not taking him. I'm not going to show him the labyrinth entrance.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, and so you will begin to walk him about a block out. But the camera does linger a bit in the kitchen, leaving that as the door shuts. I imagine a tense, slightly awkward silence between Dakota and Ava.
I have a really bad feeling.
Bad feeling about them going?
Everything. Bad feeling about everything.
If anything, he's safest with Ollie. I don't think you have to worry.
What do you think they'll talk about?
I don't think they're going to talk about much. Damien's not a man of many words, even if Ollie tries to make a conversation.
Yeah, of course. Neither of them are good conversationalists.
I know.
Not talk about anything.
You've got your work cut out for you, Dakota. I don't know. He just doesn't talk.
Oh.
No, Damien.
Oh.
He doesn't talk.
So it's nice. Do you know how nice silence is?
I actually do agree, as that's most of Nero and I's dates is silence. It's kind of nice, yeah.
So Grant eventually makes his way back into the back door. Van's they're gone. Okay, Van's all set. So who was that guy? You said he was a sheriff? Okay, hang on. You told me about that. He's like head cop.
He holds an important position in the Camarilla.
Gotcha.
Yes. He's a very important VIP.
He looks to Ava when you say that. Another competition. I have more competition.
If you're interested in Dakota.
Oh,
damn it! You weren't supposed to say anything. That is not.
Whoa! Excuse me, little miss. I don't like men.
Did you see the way he smiled at not me, you, when we walked in?
The sheriff of Chicago doesn't smile, and Ava is full of lies.
He
smiled all the time. He did not. Damien doesn't smile.
It was a smirk.
A lie. Nope. Yeah, a smirk because fucking Grant hit his knees.
It's so funny how you're like 40, but also still kind of like 16 with the boys.
She truly is.
I think it's funny that you're like a 12-year-old boy inside a
middle-aged
man's body.
Fuck you. Hey, I am running a restaurant on my own. I think that means I've come quite far in my life.
Do you feel good about that?
I do.
Okay, well then hop in the van, chauffeur.
You both could use help in the relationship department.
I have no problem with. I have.
I just need the help of the gentle hand of Ava Heloise. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
So many bad words in one sentence. Gentle hand. It was a lot. Brett, could you maybe not? Moving forward.
Listen, Ava has been through a lot, and I'm here to be her shoulder to cry on.
You mean her chauffeur tonight? You're her chauffeur.
Yes.
Well, only because I ain't one of you, so I'm forced to be your chauffeur.
Do you want me to drive?
Can you drive?
No, I think Grant should drive.
I'd like to drive. Come on, Grant.
God.
Let
Well,
me show
He throws you the keys. He just hucks you the keys.
Dakota
Grant.
catches a midair. Dakota actually does have a dot in drive, and she
Then you
is
drive really, really
going
well.
Okay.
to
then you're fine.
drive like a madwoman through the
Where did-
streets of Chicago.
Where did you learn to drive, Dakota? Because I know before you
I learned to
returned, you did
drive
not
on
drive.
a boat. I learned to drive a boat. Trial and
see.
error. It's the best way to learn how to drive.
Very different from an automobile, but that's fine.
It's fine.
All right, well,
This is
good
the
luck,
same
ladies.
principle.
I'm going to use the greatest gift Ollie ever gave me, and I'm going to walk away real quiet.
No, you're gonna get your ass in this van. You have to wrestle a pig.
I have to wrestle a pig. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure Ollie's instructions were come back with a stag and 2 pigs. Grant.
Fuck you. Fine. Go.
Okay. I gear up the van and like rev it. Run.
God, if I die, you have to turn me. You have to turn. If you get into an accident and I die, I have to be turned.
I bet next time you won't complain about being the chauffeur.
Oh God! All right, roll me your drive check.
I'm
your dexterity drive.
going to rouse. Oh no,
Okay.
I'm not. I'm at Hunger 5. I am
can't.
not
Yeah, you-
going to rouse.
Oh, you're at Hunger 5 right now.
I'm sorry. I'm at Hunger 4. I don't want to get
Oh
to
my
Hunger
God!
5.
I was like, I don't know if you can even think about
no,
driving at this
I
point.
will do a regular drive, which is a Dex drive.
Dex drive.
Dex drive. Cool. Sure, why not?
Messy fail.
No,
Messy fail.
no.
How about
Critical messy success.
1, 2, 3? Yeah.
No.
Boom.
Oh,
It's
you
messy, but I get
succeed.
us
Where are
there.
you driving to again?
To the butcher.
Oh, you're just driving to the butcher.
Yeah, I'm just here to piss Grant off, and I like around a corner.
You are, and and Ava, she's actually driving extremely well. Like she's staying behind in between the lines. She's taking maybe some red lights a little too closely.
Oh no! I hope we don't crash.
And like then she turns a corner a little bit maybe too quickly. And as you're maybe like 3/4 of the way there, you see blue and red lights behind you.
Oh, fuck.
Soon
Dakota,
hear,
you have a fake ID?
What?
Do you have a
You're
fake
being-
ID?
you're being pulled
I
over.
Don't.
Oh my God, we are so screwed. A 16-year-old girl driving a car.
What Dakota? What do you do? What do you do?
I'm
I
just
got it.
learning. I'm just learning.
Let me talk to him.
Do you
Let me
pull
talk
over?
to
So
him.
you pull over?
Oh yeah. I mean, who am I to break the law?
We're gonna have to pull over.
I turn my blinker on.
I'll talk to him.
You pull over. The car pulls up behind you, and 10 minutes of just long waiting of him maybe writing something down in the car.
there something
punching
wrong,
away at his
officer?
computer. And then eventually he opens his door, strides up, and with a flashlight, beams a flashlight into the open window. License and registration, please.
Hello, officer.
What are you doing, Ava? Tell me. What power are
Talk
you
us
using?
out of this.
Hello, officer. I'm going to just entrance the man.
Okay, go ahead and give me a rouse check.
check.
Hey, you succeed. You don't
I
get hungrier.
succeed.
And
Yeah.
entrance is just complete infatuation, right? It's like you
Yep.
lock eyes, it's done.
Yep, I gained.
Okay. So Ava simply says, "Hello, officer," and his eyes go from the child driving the car over to Ava Heloise, and he looks to you.
Are you hungry? I was just teaching my little sister here a little bit of a driving test, and I'm so sorry that she was doing so great. But look, if there's anything we can do, you can have my license. We have our registration. I can take the fault for my little sis, you know?
You see him reach up and turn off his body cam as you're like talking, and as you finish your sentence, he's just like, "You know, you got a lot of people in danger out here, little man. You know, people driving around at night. It's still busy, early, and having your little sister driving. That's just, you're lucky it's me that pulled you over tonight. Okay,
We're
the
so
name's
lucky.
Officer David." And he gives you a wave over to Ava.
Officer David, can I just make a
I'm
photograph?
speaking with your older sister right now.
No,
I
no, but
apologize.
Don wants to know if I could take a photographic memory of his badge number.
Do you have photographic memory?
I'm gonna try. It's like what, 5 numbers, right? I feel like Dakota can
Yeah,
remember
but then
5
I think
numbers.
there's an actual like.
Oh no, I don't mean like
thing.
a legitimate. I'm not that
gotcha,
cool.
gotcha.
Like Dakota
yeah, I mean,
wants
just
to know
make
his
me
badge
a
number.
intelligence or no composure, composure resolve, intelligence resolve check for memory.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's actually not bad for me. I just want to. Okay, I got 2.
2 successes, and it's just 5 numbers, so you can kind of like memorize it pretty well.
And he said his name was what?
David, Officer David is what he says.
I just make note of his numbers.
Yep, and he looks over to Ava and continues. If you don't mind, maybe swap seats, and I don't want you to get pulled over again. I'll let you off with a warning. But your name was, and he looking at Ava.
Oh, Anna. That's my usual. Oh shit! But no. It's fine. I'll just tell him Anna.
Anna, you have your license on you.
I do.
You're gonna have to step out of the car, ma'am. And he looks to Dakota.
Yes, we'll swap. We're
gonna do it now. I can't let you just leave with her still.
Of course
in the
you
driver's
can.
seat.
And I quickly turn around and I look at Ava and I go, show some leg as you get out. And I click, unlock the doors. And
Grant is just sitting in the back seat.
I get out, with my hands up or whatever.
Yeah, no, he doesn't hear your hands up. He's like, he just wants you to swap seats. You and Ava to swap seats.
I'll
Swapping seats.
skip around.
And then you slide around. You probably stay, slip by him just a little too close.
Yep.
He gets a smell of your perfume.
Yep.
And you slip into the car and close the door. And he leans down a bit and he's like, promise me you're gonna be a good girl.
I will. She looks up at him while he's leaning down into the window.
His breath has that lingering cigarette smell on it. And he just leans up and kind of pats the hood of the car a couple times. Then not catch you again tonight. Unless you're by yourself, of course, and maybe a drink. But that's after. And he just giggles to himself. and he starts to stride and wander back to his car.
Yeah, it's usually the heels. Like Ava, it can't drive in heels. So as she's like, it's just the heels, and she like leans out of the car and takes the heels off.
Starts taking off the heels
as he's walking away. And she sits back in the car.
As soon as the door closes, Dakota turns around and like kind of pops Grant upside the head and goes, see, if you had just driven, we would have not had to have witnessed any of that.
You asked to drive.
No,
what the fuck?
I'm blaming you for this.
I'm the driver now.
He saw me there. I don't think he knew I was in the vehicle.
Yeah, because she was.
I see exactly.
Both of you quiet. I'm driving now, so no more talking from either of you.
Yep.
Until we get to the butcher. Thanks.
Do you have point? I know you. Do you have point? Anybody can drive normally.
I have a point in drive.
You do have a point.
I
Okay,
do,
so if you want to
apparently.
get there and make a shortcut and try to get there quickly, a dex drive check, please.
Sure.
Or you can just drive normal and not roll, but this gets you there fast.
I sit in the back seat like a sibling to Grant. And the whole time. Why are we like this? We just want to get somewhere. Okay.
She turns the car on, and as soon as she hits the gas, the cop hasn't even left yet. She rear ends a parked car right in front of her. And as she does so, the cop flips his lights back on, gets back out of the car before he even turns it back on, and starts walking up.
Oh no, I have no more sexy moves left.
Okay.
Disciplines are disciplines.
Okay.
You can literally kiss him, you can still entrance him.
When he gets up near the car, because I imagine that's what's about to happen.
No, yeah, he's walking up to the car and he's looking over to the driver's side.
Is his camera, did he turn his camera back on or is it still off?
You can't, there's no way to tell.
There's not like a little light or something?
Oh, I don't know if body cams have lights, but it's World of Darkness, so there's no way to know because it's even more corrupt than usual.
It's your call. Okay, so there's no way to know. Okay.
He leans in.
I'm gonna go ahead and
here we go.
Disciplines again.
Yeah, what are we using?
I'm just gonna entrance him again. And
because the scene ended before when he walked away, and this is a new scene, and you get a new rouse check.
I was instructed not to say anything in the back seat, so I'm.
Yeah, Grant is just watching with fear on his face. He doesn't want to get arrested. You have him. His eyes are locked again.
You know what?
Anna, what happened, man?
I was a little distracted. You were still here, and
you watch him. His cheeks get a little rosy as you begin to like layer on the flattery.
Look, the truth is, I didn't want you to leave. Maybe I just wanted an excuse to talk to you more.
So you hit somebody else's car. You are a bad girl.
I do. I've heard that one before. So
I don't know how you're gonna get out of this pickle. It's hard for me to ignore. And he pats his chest about the camera. Certain things can be stopped. He looks back to his car. Other things are always recording. I'm gonna have to arrest you.
Oh God.
But he does say it in such an extremely
Okay.
uncomfortably
Yes.
sensual way.
Well then, handcuff me.
He pulls back. He's like, "Ma'am, please step out of the car."
Okay, I'm gonna, as I do, and like I get close, I'm gonna linger and kiss him.
Okay. Go. I mean, you do. Go. Lingering kiss is another ass check, correct?
Yep. Actually, lingering kiss is free. Actually.
Nice. Okay. And it's just
nights.
I can never remember. And I know what it does, but I can never remember if it's a rouse check or not.
No, it's free.
But you have
it's
a
just
roll, right?
Yeah. Vampire could choose. I know. I always forget this too.
No, that's fine. You're good. Vampire could choose to use this power during each feeding, where they sate at least one hunger. The victim gains a bonus equal to half the user's presence round up to one social attribute of their choice. So they get more socially confident. They last for a single night. Once it fades, withdrawal strikes, and all the victim's actions not spent working toward acquiring a new fix. Basically, get him addicted to your kiss, and he gets some social benefits from it. And he'll start going through withdrawal unless he starts spending willpower points tomorrow night. But this will last a number of nights equal to your presence rating. So what's your presence rating? 4?
Or 4,
3?
yes.
Okay.
It's 4.
So it'll last 4 nights.
All right, 4 nights. He gets a little obsessed with me.
You don't have the unbondable merit, right?
I do not.
Cool, you're good.
Yeah, so I will linger and kiss him. And
what's your hunger at, and how many are you feeding?
It's at 2, so I'll just
feed it down. The one, the necessary one.
Yeah.
And he gets a boost to his social stats. So he carries it. He's feeling a little woozy. He's feeling a little off, but now he's like, for the next 4 nights, he's going to have a charisma bump, and he's going to be very, very persuasive in general. As you you basically lean in and you go to like kiss his neck, and he maybe attempts to stop you kind of half-assed, but when you do so and then you sink your fangs into him, again, the kiss takes over. It feels good, and then it takes just a moment before you pull back. You lick his neck, licking the wounds closed, and he's standing there a little bit off kilter. His balance is a little off kilter. He's wearing a very stupid smile, and he's looking, and he says, but he shrugs, I could just take you back to the car, process some paperwork, and I'll just send you on your way.
I think that sounds good to me.
And he will bring you back to the car. I'm not talking like fade to black sex stuff. I'm talking
he
goes into the car, he fills out paperwork, starts filling it out, doesn't ask for your ID. And after enough time has passed, he's like, all right, Miss Anna. Oh, what was your last name?
Henrietta.
Anna Henrietta.
Oh.
Beautiful. And then he says, well, Miss Henrietta, you're free to go. And listen, if you had one too many tonight, I can drive you home, or maybe we can call you a cab.
No, it's not that. I promise you, I would not put my little sister and our caretaker at risk.
He actually thinks there was another.
He's like our servant.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he helps around the house. Sorry.
I see.
Yeah,
are you from like?
He cooks for us and everything.
Is Henrietta like are you like from old money?
It is. So I will be honest, it is my kind of pen name that I use. I work in photography and things like that. You have to get to know me.
He smiles
like
you don't have to say anymore. It's like Aladdin, except like, oh wait, it's like Aladdin. I'm like the poor street man, and you're like the popular rich woman. And
yes.
Unlikely love.
Is there a place that you usually hang out after work?
He nods, and he kind of just it's called the oh shit, I had the name in my hand. It's called the Big House.
The Big House.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of us off-duty officers head out there after work.
Good to know. Might stop by sometime, maybe in the next couple of nights.
I'll make sure I'm there.
Okay. I'll see you around, Officer David.
You too, Miss Henrietta.
Mm-hmm.
And he lets you out of the car. And Ava, after about 5 minutes, Dakota, you're in the car with Grant. The fuck is going on?
Do you really want to have that question answered right now?
Why did she hit the car in front of her?
You know,
That was an accident. I come back.
Oh, hey.
All right. He's distracted enough.
Did he
to
give
somebody...
you a little of the first degree?
Oh, my God.
I swear to God, if you ever wink again, I will pull your eye from its socket. Get in the front seat and drive us to the butcher, please.
Well. Look who needs the big man on campus to help out the
You know,
lady.
what is it about the word big? Big house, big man. Does big just actually make men feel better?
Yes, it does. And that's why you have to boost their egos sometimes.
Oh, what? That's actually maybe I need to talk to my therapist about that.
Okay, well, you save that for your next session. Until then, we are due at the butcher.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna be late. And he drives and he begins to drive off. You do easily get a pig, one pig or two. I can't remember.
I think the plan was 2 pigs and a stag, is what we were told.
You get pretty much everything there. I am at Ollie is well connected to this person. I imagine you probably let them know they were coming, or you just say you're with Ollie or Mr. Hopkins, and it's easily handed over. No questions asked, no conversation, no small talk with the individual, just business, and you're sent on your way. The two of you bring the food back for both K&O, which Grant will immediately start moving to where he needs. But Ava and Dakota, was there anything the two of you were interested in chatting about in any private, or do we want to cut down to
it looks like you got a new pet.
Yes.
You were seeking that validation.
Yes.
Dice rolls gave you a cop lingering kiss. Like yes. That was an interesting chaos to happen there.
If you ever need any other cop boys to mess around with, I have their local hangout now.
Really?
So yeah.
You know, just for fear of bumping into Frank, I think maybe I'll avoid the cop hangout. Nothing like a 16-year-old vagrant just to pop in the front door to really stir up some dirty cops. So, should we be... You know, I like to plan ahead, Ava. I don't know if you knew that.
You do.
Right.
We don't always go with the plans, but still like to plan ahead.
I like to plan ahead. In this case, I'm beginning to feel a little nervous. What happens if we lose the sheriff in the labyrinth?
Well, Jackson ordered it, so that's a him problem.
Right. But he was on the Loud One's time.
Oh, who's the only one that knows that? Jackson. And I don't think he's going to have us take the fall for it. He's the one that ordered it. I don't think we have to worry.
Right, we shouldn't worry that Damien just might not come back.
Oh my gosh. I know you're worried about Damien.
I'm not worried about Damien. I'm worried that Chicago might lose its sheriff because Ollie just is taking a picnic with him in the labyrinth.
Dakota, you should have just went with them.
I don't like the labyrinths too much. And what good would I have really done in that situation? I can't. They would, when they both speak in the same conversation at one another, it makes me nauseous.
Well,
like I have
feelings can do that sometimes, especially conflicted ones.
I'm
sorry.
Why would I have conflicted feelings?
Because the man you used to love and the man you're currently have feelings for are together alone. What if they talk about you?
Why would you do that to me?
I'm just saying,
they will have very little to talk about, I imagine.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't keep secrets, and
she doesn't have problems. She does karate.
I do karate.
Of course, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure they'll just talk about random labyrinth things.
Yeah, Ollie can share his deep passions for the labyrinth.
Yes.
But Damien, that's...
And the labyrinth listens to Ollie, which is why we don't need to worry, because for some reason...
they're connected.
Yes. So I think we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
We cut from there to the sounds of distant, muted screams and wailing, the familiar sounds of the labyrinth, as Ollie and Damien eke their way in from the entrance a block out into a familiar looking rundown area with rotting away bricks and concrete / dirt floor. And Damien hops as you step onto the ground. Damien is just behind you, squeezing his way through and stepping in. He looks around. He's more alert, certainly, but he doesn't lose that air of a calm demeanor. So tell me about this.
Welcome to the labyrinth.
So tell me about this place. I know the basics. Hard to move around. Nosferatu tend to spend some time down here, and those that aren't Nosferatu are lost.
Gentlemen, welcome. Yeah. From my understanding, this place was made by Nos, and not sure if it's a clan limited thing, but I'll try to give you the basics. So we're gonna move a while. I'm gonna point out some things. You're not gonna see it very clearly. You're gonna have to see with your fingers. So I'll point to something. I might even guide your hand up, and you'll feel some indentations. I'm gonna teach you some of the basics, some simple symbolism. And I kind of give him like the shake of what Snitch taught me in the very beginning. Some what looks to be safe passages, things to avoid. If you've gone too far and you haven't felt any kind of significant mark or seen any kind of significant mark, then maybe it's not a hallway worth venturing down without the proper care or protections. I'll move into the area where you kind of see like the Undercity where it opens up. It's where I took Dakota the first time.
Yeah. And we can pick up there, actually, as you led him and taught him some basics as you head into the Undercity area. And when you step in there, he continues. So what is it that you use this place for? Just movement?
Well, Kainais aren't exactly welcome here. Not that they'd be able to see here anyway, but there's a few things down here, based on what I've been told, that maybe you could try to identify yourself. If you listen long enough, you'll hear them. Sometimes it's a place where you go where you don't want some things seen, so hidden movements, more clandestine experiences. Sometimes it's something where you take a kindred that you don't particularly care for, and you leave them down here. Something that might be a thorn in your side.
Yeah, I've heard of rumors of kindred who have lost themselves to the beast, finding some sort of solace down here.
It's not really a rumor, Damien.
He listens, as you say that, the sounds kind of echo about, and he listens clearly. Yeah, that much I'm not aware of.
Yeah, those noises, that's a beast risen to the surface.
Yeah, kindred lost to a sail.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's like. All things considered, if you don't fear that, if you're not exactly fearing death, then you can come down here and have a fairly lovely experience. There's a benign silence. That's about it. You see and you feel malignants out there lurking, waiting to find opportunity, but it's a true jungle here, and you really know what you're kind of going up against. The worst of the worst is us, at least as far as I can tell. But what I know about this place, the Labyrinth, it's alive. It gives and it takes. Not everybody's welcome.
You can hear the crunching of your footsteps as the ground you're walking on is now kind of broken up concrete and gravel. He continues to kind of just take everything in. Do you think there's a statistical advantage to this place? Strategical?
Yeah, actually, it's there's something to be said about that. See, time is not so linear down here. You know what it's like being topside, moving throughout the city, the kind bog up streets, fucked up blood vessels that it is, the heart of the city. You're maneuvering through the veins of it all, and you could be caught in traffic for an hour and a half before you get to a 15-minute destination. Down here, I can take a 5-minute journey and be all the way across the city. Or I could take a 2-hour journey and it comes out and it's 3 or 4 days later. This place decides how it operates. It's very nebulous, very wibbly wobbly, you know what I mean? Something off about it.
Honestly sounds like Tremere magic.
Yeah, I'm certain that this had something to do with it, with the original maker, but you're not going to know a lot about it unless you consult with the Lord of Secrets down here. It's Snitch.
I have no interest in talking to Snitch unless Jackson needs me to.
Why is that?
I don't mess with things that can bring trouble.
You messing with me?
You aren't the Lord of Secrets.
No.
Secrets get people in trouble. I have a very specific focus, kind of like you. When that's done,
you mess with Jackson. Jackson's got secrets. You messing with other Primogen, you messing with anybody. We're kindred. We all got secrets. Even Kine, we got secrets.
He nods as you say that. Yeah, everybody got secrets.
How long you been alive, man?
Tend to have are the ones that are the dangerous kind.
For sure.
And Snitch, sure, he's got value. But if I'm being honest with you, I ain't gonna put my trust in that guy.
That's fair. That's fair. I would say that it's the saying is you can't trust him as far as you can throw him, but we know that that's not exactly that meaningful when you are what we are. How long you been alive, man? You, I know you got old blood. You got some profound respect in the city that some of us new kindred don't have.
What's the matter?
I'm just curious what you've seen. You heard rumors of Wassail and the Whites, but you ain't seen much about it. You profess that you don't you deal in the secrets of Nas, but here you are wandering one of our secrets right now with Nas.
Out of necessity, if I'm honest. You know what's happening in the city. We need to figure out every advantage we got.
Well, what else have you heard rumors about in the city? What other rumors like the Whites and Wassail do you know about?
Oh. If you've been around even half as long as I have, then you know Kindred are full of rumors.
Well,
Wassail and Kindred aren't necessarily locked to the labyrinth. But that tends to be the case or a job for those who operate above what I can do.
You know much about werewolves?
A good amount. Necessary amount.
You ever heard of those, the wizards, the spellcasting kind, now I'm talking like D&D kind, right? Like I'm talking like real ass mages.
Yeah. I've dealt with warlocks. Can't fucking understand their lines. Some you can trust, some you can't. They're still kind at the end of the day. And they don't like us for... God, I don't know. Everybody doesn't like Kindred for a reason or two.
Man, I feel like it's just a couple of kindred that keep giving us a bad name, you know? Sure,
yeah.
I mean, we take blood from the living world, right?
Yeah.
But we know that that's just a necessity for our survival, but you don't exactly see large-scale paratroopers taking out mosquito swaths.
Yeah, that happened in London.
I heard about that, but I've not exactly got a lot of details.
Well, let me give you what I know. That happened. The mortals made a decision. They purged the entire fucking city. Fire, special forces, aerial attacks, information as to where everybody's kept. There's even rumors that there are no kindred left in London. I don't fucking know.
How did they find out?
He shrugs. I don't know. They wiped everything. If anybody survived, they haven't peeped their fucking head up yet. So I don't know. All we do know is that London has fallen.
You think that they wised up? Or maybe...
It's called the Second Inquisition for a reason.
Yeah, but they've not exactly been quiet about keeping that around. We're not stupid, right?
Oh.
Well, okay, we're not.
No, he clarifies, we are calling it the Second Inquisition for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, something happened higher up. It's been a renewed force to get rid of us.
I bet it was one of us.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Huh.
Always ends up being one of us, doesn't it?
It's fucked up.
That's why we're hated, I think. We're fucking everywhere.
Mm.
People call us a cancer, and honestly, I can't fucking blame them.
Not one bit.
Doesn't mean I want to be dead.
Same. At least we can see eye to eye on that.
And if the other answer is putting everybody to fucking stake and dusting them. I'll take the cancer route.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
there are some good people in Chicago, and I sleep easier at night thinking that I'm one of them.
Well, if it makes you feel better and gives you an extra wink of sleep, I think the same.
Can I ask you something personal?
You already have once. What you got?
What's your deal with Dakota?
What about her?
I mean, just that. What's your deal with her?
He stops walking, turns in just to face you. She's a good woman, hard worker, one of the only one Jackson's trust and I trust. Just like you. Ava's the only one that has a question mark on her.
Why do they keep the question mark on Ava?
You know.
Well,
If you don't know, I'm about to break your whole damn world, buddy. She's got the shadow on her.
okay, well, tell me some shit I don't know.
And you should know why she got that question mark. Jackson still thinks the best move is to take her head off, but Dakota has time and again proven not only trustworthy, but productive, valuable, a woman of her word. Something that, as we just spoke of, seems to not happen too often.
Do me a favor, Damien. I think you're older than me. At least by blood.
I'm 71.
At least by blood. You've been around long enough.
He gestures to his body. 14 when I made the change.
I can tell you're young. You had a baby face.
He lights up a cigarette and starts smoking.
Dakota means a great deal to me. And I haven't got the heart to tell her just how much. Because you know what it's like here in this city, in this fucked up city, and the way that everybody sort of takes advantage of you. I don't have the heart to tell her that I love her. But that ship, I think, has sailed. And she's trying to adapt to that. And she's got feelings. I mean, you're old enough to know. You've seen it.
Yeah. She ain't exactly subtle.
No, subtle as a brick in your back.
I like her a good deal.
Just be kind to her, Damien.
He actually shakes his head. But if you love her, and you've been with her longer, I think you should tell her that before I ever... I'm not a man who tries to get attached to shit. I ain't going to promise I'm going to get attached to Dakota, but I will admit, certainly softened a bit of me that I thought long gone. But you've known her for 20 years, right?
Yeah, we were practically raised together.
I've known her for only a couple. You love her. I ain't going to get in the way of that, dude. Hey, come on.
No, it's not a matter of how I love her. It's a matter of how she loves and how she has accepted what's next, you know?
But how about you man up and tell her first, huh?
Oh, it's not a secret. She knows. And I can thank our giant question mark for making that happen very publicly.
I'm not going to sit here and play your goddamn therapist, but if she knows, why ain't you telling her?
Because someone told me a long time ago that if you love something and you've expressed that love, you kind of got to set it free and let it make some decisions for its own.
So tell her you love her and set her free, buddy.
You're missing the second part.
The set her free part?
No, the second part to me asking this why. And this is vampire to vampire here. It's not so much sheriff to kindred. Don't hurt her, Damien, or I will lose you so fast in this fucking labyrinth.
I have no desire to hurt Dakota. Even if I wasn't a bit extra friendly about her. I wouldn't hurt the girl unless she had a reason to be hurt. Because I do have a duty as sheriff.
And I respect that.
If the girl loses itself to the beast, for example, or makes a move against Jackson, for example, I will do what's best for my longevity, as I imagine she would do for hers.
Dakota's a survivor, and she's not exactly shy of throwing in with a winning lot.
I think that's why Jackson likes her so much.
And this is why we're working together. Hey, offer still stands. I'll keep working with a winning team because, much like you, I want to keep surviving. But I got to look out for my coterie and the people I care about because that list isn't very large.
I don't mean to sound like a jackass, but you're the only Nosferatu I've actually been able to trust.
Hey, no, I get it, man. They're all pretty much the same way. I'm like the laughing stock of Nos because I don't want to.
Operates above fucking ground with a goddamn bar to his name. So yeah, you're a bit strange.
Yeah, no, I keep hearing that. I keep telling them you gotta come up top, stop hiding. I mean, what? I wear a little bit of makeup, I put on a mask, and suddenly I'm a fucking black sheep outcast. But you know what? Whatever. People seem to like me.
Well, here's the deal. Kindred to kindred, as he said. All right. I appreciate your concerns, but I was going to talk to Dakota about setting up another show at the theater. Maybe offer a VIP. Have her come backstage, hang out. But I won't do that. Not until you tell her how you actually fucking feel. Because I ain't going to move and get friendly with the girl who has somebody in the background who has something he can't fucking get off his damn chest. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to I might do it to my worst enemy.
Well,
the thing that we value, Jackson, me, the one thing that comes up about the three of you, well, 2 out of the 3 of you, is your extremely dangerous willingness to be honest. Wait, how about you fucking do it with your own friends, huh?
Yeah, I'll break that barrier. You know what?
And then
You've earned some newfound respect, at least from me.
he gives a nonchalant shrug. Well, I appreciate it, but man, I'm just a man who's blunt. And I don't like to play those fucking games. Call it the Bruja in me.
Well, thank you. And before we go at top, are you satisfied with all this? You have at least an understanding of it.
I don't think I feel comfortable enough to come down on my own, but I'd like to visit again with you.
All right. Well, let me be clear about something. The next time that we come down here, everything will look different. This is what I mean by it's alive. It changes consistently.
I would like even more than to come back. I want to see what that's like.
Then definitely don't come
big
without
changes
me.
or subtle changes.
Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's drastic. It guides you where it wants you. And I usually have a picture in mind. I remain very transparent, very honest, and my destination is always in the clearest scape of my mind.
Yeah, this shit sounds like fucking blood magic.
Hey, sometimes it's just that. You got to weasel with it, you got to work with it, and make amends with the fact that you're not always going to get what you want out of life, right?
I've come to terms with that a long time ago.
If you can do that, I'll teach you a few things. And if you can ever find the person that helped write some of the rules, snitch, he'll never bring you here. And if you do see him, don't mention this place.
I won't be mentioning it to anybody. Jackson will be the only one who knows. As you round the corner and conversation begins to wind down, you bring him to the exit. For a moment, you see something, Ollie. Looks like a figure dart around a corner, just barely. You looking to Damien, he seems to still be talking, not really aware of what he saw. And as you round, would you kind of the exit goes to the right, the figure you saw dart off to the left.
I grab him and I dart after that figure.
Okay, you just cut him off, and as you dart and you whip around the corner.
No, I mean I grab Damien behind me,
Yeah,
like I reach out.
Like you grab, yeah. And then you go to see who's around the corner. As you whip around, there's nobody there running. There's no one in the distance. Maybe 10 feet in front of you, just standing there in his green suit with a red jewel in his tie. Pale in color. potentially even transparent. It's hard to tell in the darkness, is Saito. And on that, we go to break. Back in a few minutes, everybody.
Okay, well,
See you soon.
yeah. We'll be right back, everybody. Oh my god.
Hello, hello. Welcome back from break. Hope everybody's ready to go. Oh, did I miss an important phone call literally now? My dad called me. Can we take a quick 2-second break? Whenever my family calls, it could be an emergency. So, uh, Hello, we're back. All right, thank you. We're actually back this time. I hope everybody enjoyed their break, suitably at the edge of their seats, ideally. We're going to jump back in here in a minute, and no Josh appearance, no need for his voice in this moment. But you can thank the Saito bar for this moment. That in this right now, I want to rename the Torture Ollie bar, and it works rather well.
That's fine.
This is fine. All right, we're just going to jump back in, and we'll kind of set the scene where we left off, with Ollie having turned to the corner. Damien stayed back a bit, but as you turn around expecting to see somebody running, instead you see a muted version of an old acquaintance, one whose decisions linger still to this day, for good and ill. Shuichi Saito.
Does he see me?
He's looking at you. He seems to be looking at you in your eyes.
I kind of step to the side a little. Does his eyes still train on me, or does it like look over shoulder?
No, they watch and follow.
What are you
Damien
doing
is
here?
around the corner. He stayed back because you kind of pushed him behind him. You know the labyrinth better than him, so he didn't follow.
What are you doing here?
He takes like a half step backward, doesn't turn away from you.
Are you stuck here?
Do you how is Ollie postured in this moment? Does he look defensive? Does he look
I mean, his hands are kind of like doing one of these.
Yeah,
like, what-
yeah.
It's
when you ask
confusion.
another question, he takes another step backward, not as though there's fear in his face. He's not acting defensive. He's just very quietly and stoically taking steps backward.
Show me.
Do you follow?
Yeah.
Take a few steps past. Do you have Damien? Are you leaving Damien there, or
I beckon out to him. I give that whistle.
be honest with me? Did you turn the corner and walk through the corner, or did you keep Damien in your sights?
I didn't intend to let him go.
That's fine. That works. Then that's all I need to hear. He's right there behind you, and you look. I imagine you look behind him. And do you say anything, or do you just kind of go?
If he's there and he hears me saying, "It's like, show me." Does Damien have any
Damien
like
not-
stark contrast or reaction at all?
Yeah. So when you're saying and speaking, after you say "show me," he will lean in. Who are you talking to?
There's a ghost.
He looks past you, even takes a moment and seems to concentrate. I don't see anything.
No. Stay close. Stay real close. You
He
listen.
looks like he's going to say something, bites his tongue, and stays close.
If something makes noise, you listen, and it's calling out. And I follow. I will start following the ghost of Saito.
You begin to take a few steps, and as Saito realizes that you are in turn following, he does turn and begin to walk. Do you try to catch up with him? Do you maintain a distance? Do you say anything? I'm just curious how do you just follow in silence? Just paint me a picture of how
I
you
maintain pace, but the entire time I remember something that I was told about how the labyrinth skirts the abyss,
Mhm.
and how that occasionally the abyss has leaked through from our experience, that something not of our world, not of this world, has leaked through. And if he can't see it, then this is something that particularly is a direct sign that you tend to listen. You paint the picture later, but you pick up all the details right now.
After following him for 5 or 10 minutes, you realize you're about to enter an area that has no recognition to you. One where the symbols you're familiar with and the signs you know how to follow dissipate. A place you've not been past.
I holler out, Saito, I've not been here. I don't know my way around here.
Saito continues to walk, but at that, Damien actually says, Saito, that dead Tremere.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not being fooled by the blood magic of this place?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure of it.
You know where you're going.
No, I don't know where I'm going. This is an area that I've not explored yet.
You think this is smart?
You got my back?
I'm going where you're going.
If you got my back, I'm feeling a lot more safe.
Lead the way, guy.
I got yours. Just don't stray far. Arms
And
reach.
He stays very close. You can hear his footsteps behind you, and you begin to wander into an area wholly unfamiliar, where the screams of those that are wind with sail or perhaps otherworldly are louder, echo through the halls more. You don't enter a concrete tube of any kind, the one you're so familiar with that you've walked through endlessly. Instead, you're met with just crumbled ruins, walls that don't follow any particular architectural design, things that jut upward at a 90-degree angle and then give way to no ceiling, almost entirely pitch black, that eventually you enter an area that's necessary for you to crouch, especially a man of your size, under a big boulderish looking rock in a small space underneath that you must squeeze under. Saito doesn't maneuver around these things, he simply walks through them, but he is leading you deeper and deeper.
I will activate prowess.
Okay.
Hunger 2.
Okay. Continue following.
Continue following, yeah.
Damien doesn't ever chime up, speak up, ask questions. After he's like, okay, this is your decision, he stayed quiet and he followed, though very much his relaxed demeanor has certainly mostly dissipated at this point.
I imagine it's for both of us very tense.
I imagine. Eventually, you watch Saito walk through a wall. A solid brick wall. A brick that is exceedingly different from the rest of the labyrinth around you. While you've been walking past crumbling rock and destroyed gravel under your feet and giant places of just looks like areas of dirt completely just moved and carved out. You met with a solid brick wall, a small portion of it, and there's plenty of room left. You could go to your left or right, it's open, and there's many other areas to go. But this small brick wall is where Saito vanishes into.
He stopped. Right here. Look, feel it. Feel this wall. It's different.
Damien walks over quietly and places his hand on it. I don't know what you want me to feel. It feels like a brick wall.
Yeah, well, everything else has been soil and stone up to this point. This is man-made.
You said the place changes.
Humor me. And Ollie is going to start slowly picking some points. He's going to start wrenching these bricks free. I don't like it when you grab books. I really don't like it when you grab books.
It was too far away. I had to go get it. It was really far. I have to check something. Don't you worry about it. So you pick points. Continue. I'm listening.
Yeah, I pick points where it doesn't, like, I'm not going to pick the furthest away, right? Like, I'm going to go for that corner to where it's not as load bearing, and I'm going to start kind of peeling them away a little bit at a time.
Just like pieces of the brick you said?
Yeah, see if I can flinch a brick free to kind of either give me a porthole or something.
Do you like throw a punch to loosen it up, or do you just
No.
try to like wrench your fingers in?
No,
there?
I'm gonna use my uncanny grip.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a just a strength brawl check.
Yeah, this is also with prowess on top of it.
Yes,
so
yeah, you roused for prowess.
boop, boop. 5 successes.
Yep, that's like you still criticaled. So that's still quite good. And you're just kind of feeling around, and with, like you said, with your uncanny grip, you dig some fingernails around some areas where the concrete between the bricks is a little bit of a divot. And as you bury and kind of wrench them in there, we watch as it dusts, and you do start pulling out. You pop out one of them, and then you move to another area where it's a little bit more loose, and you start peeling away little areas that are, you said, load-bearing bricks that are ideally you trying to get the wall to kind of collapse on itself.
I want to keep that. I immediately keep the wall steady before I just like listen in to this like opening to see if anything changes.
We'll say you get maybe 2 bricks in before a loud echoing noise fills this entire room. A screech that sounds beyond human, beyond earthly in many ways. And as that first one echoes through, another and then another seem to respond. Damien gives you a gentle elbow.
Does he say anything, or is it just the elbow?
Oh, it's just the elbow as he's faced away from you.
Is that noise coming from inside of this brick?
No, it's coming from inside the room on the outskirts. Like they're moving toward you. And they're just like, I don't know if this is going to sound what I want it to sound like. It's just like a terrible screechy noise, though. Oh? Nope, not that. Not that at all. That's like a little girl. That's like Emmy. If Maggie
It's
wasn't
so
here,
scary.
that's Emmy. Regardless, it shows up.
Sounded like an anime girl.
What's going on? Oh yeah, there we go.
Terrible. This is not working at all.
Hey, you
Good
get
screeches. Continue.
We
You
hear
get elbowed
screeches.
by Damien.
Did Damien come equipped? Like, does he?
Yeah,
does
he has his weapon drawn. He has his sword
weapon.
out. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He definitely did not come without his sword.
If I hear that noise and it feels like it's a direct response, Ollie
You're not
doesn't.
sure if it's a direct response, but it's certainly close.
Then I'm just gonna bring that wall in. I'm just pulling it down.
Okay, I need a strength brawl then.
Yeah, you got it. Strength brawl. Six successes.
6 successes, no crit, but 6 successes is a lot.
It's plus prowess on top. So yeah.
So we watch as you get elbowed. The camera kind of snap zooms back so we can see Damien as he throws his elbow back, standing in a defensive position. Ollie, looking around quickly and thinking on his feet, just runs his hands around the sides, grips both sides of whatever he can, and just with one lunge, we hear the earth begin to give way, the cracking of the concrete and brick as just Ollie's own. Even with prowess, this thing is a huge effort for you to pull down.
Sure.
But because you have prowess and because you rolled so well, after about a round or two, the dust begins to fall, but eventually you're able to wrench down the wall free. The bricks shatter and kind of spread all over the place with the amount of force that you pulled it down with. But it's at that point, Damien says, I need you.
Okay.
As you turn around, you see coming in from the darkness, just within the visible range of your own vision, 3 creatures, humanoid in shape, scurrying towards you. One is on all fours as it just begins to kind of claw and climb its way towards you. One is on a crouched position and using one hand as it hops towards you. The other has both of its hands up as it just screeches and runs. When you look and see their details for a moment, it takes a minute, but then you just hear Damien say, let's not do the weird little girl voice. I forgot not to do that. Yeah. He just simply says, whites.
Respond with Fist of Cain.
Okay. You have 3 targets in front of you. Combat begins. You're just picking one in Fist of Caning? Is that the plan? The closest one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's as I mean, I'm not sure what the like the width is of this, but I'm not gonna try to like D&D it. I'm gonna just lean on to you on this. So I'm gonna take the first. My goal is to just bring this in as a means to not only stop it but defend myself from oncoming onslaught.
Okay. So go ahead and give me your attack roll.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, wordlessly, Damien steps directly separate from you, taking on the furthest one on the right while you take the left. The one in the center doesn't even seem to think. It simply goes to whatever's closest. So I'm just going to make a roll.
I'm gonna willpower.
Yeah, go ahead and please do.
Yeah, I got 2 more successes. So
He
4.
goes after Damien. So 4 successes. How much total with all your bonuses are you doing?
It's 9.
Okay, I got to make a roll. They have
It's 9 hits.
They have brawl? Yeah, okay.
Oh, hold on. Let me add this. I didn't add this previously. Okay, never mind. Didn't matter.
3. Okay, there it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, and you rolled how many on your base?
And my base was 4.
4. Yeah, I think potence only affects if you do damage to them. I believe. So you would as you kind of swing at them, you don't, it's not that they block you with their forearm or take a punch actually out the way. They just scurry in an animalistic way out of it. And as you collide with the ground, you just leave this small crater where they stood as it scurries around. It beat your roll by 1.
Yeah.
Damien is also dealing with them, but he's going to have a roll.
So does it just skirt me to go for him immediately?
No, it just full. He on his defensive roll. It didn't make an attack. It went full defensive on you and didn't swing. There's 2 on Damien, 1 on you. I rolled to see what the middle one would do. Evens was Damien's, odds was you. I rolled evens and went for Damien. All right, so first Damien's roll. I'm also gonna I forgot to rouse. It gets a little hungrier. And then their defensive roll. Oh, good lord, I rolled like trash on that one. Okay. And the other one. Oh man, I rolled like fucking shit. Oh my god, dude. So you watch the camera kind of snaps back as after we see that crater hit the ground with a large bassy thud, and we see kind of just dust kick up. It's with that crack that our camera snaps back. And as it does so, and we watch the thing dodging out of Ollie's way, it moves over to Damien, who has his sword drawn, and with a swift swing, after hitting one of them, he quickly collides with their chest, and you watch him lop off one of their arms entirely as it quickly dusts in the wind, but it still stands barely as it clutches, screeching at its wound, while the other one, thinking that Damien is in a position of unknowing that he's there or not really prepared to defend, he lunges at Damien's back. But as his own momentum from his swing cutting off the arm continues, he steps into that momentum, rounding on the ball of his foot, moving himself just out of the way of the one who's diving at him. Now we move into the second round. You are same thing to this guy, I imagine, as he whips and he's just hissing at you.
Strength.
And you can remember, you could always rouse the blood and add another 2. Oh, you fucking Christ. Maybe not. Let me just would you like to spend a willpower and re-roll any of those?
I mean, that's my first willpower that I've used. Yes, I will.
Oh, cool. All right, fine. Yeah, re-roll me 3 more, please.
1 more
Got
success.
another
so 9
success on top
successes.
of it. Jesus Christ. I need to fucking, I don't think I'm going to be able to stop this from happening, but we'll see. No. Oh, God, not even close. So, even with -2, you do 9 successes. Your potent set's how much? 5 more?
5.
Okay. And as so again, you kind of lurch yourself up from that crash into the ground, spinning as this thing's ready to lunge at you. And as it does, you welcome it. You're a boxer. You know this. He's going all in without care for defense. And as he kind of just takes a jump at you, he does have claws reaching for your throat, looking to dig his fingers deep into your guttural. But with a quick dodge, like a dip under kind of a dodge, elusive maneuver.
Sidestep.
Yeah, sidestep's the word I'm looking for. With a quick sidestep, not only does he miss, but you bring your right hand up and uppercut right into his stomach and chest, lurching him even higher than he was when he jumped. And as you continue the force, you feel the skin tear and give way, the warm inside spilling out as they begin to turn to dust, and your fist wrenches through the backside, shattering vertebrae, going all up into the air. And before he even falls to the ground, his entire body crumbles to ash right before you. Damien's gonna get his swing. Oh, that's good. Fine.
Damn.
Yeah, it's real good. We'll see what happens to the first one, because he's not splitting his focus. He's focused on just the one right now.
Right.
I just rolled 71 D0s. My bad. Let me try that again.
They were all criticals. Great news.
Yeah, they were. I did really well. Okay, he's not going to get anything done. And then I need a 1D10 and then another 7D10. Hey, Damien's actually going to get hit.
Yeah.
Okay. But first, the one without the arm, while it hisses and screeches while it clutches its own wound, that seems to be forgotten almost instantly, as rage is the only thing that boils force on this once kindred face. Now that you've been able to get up close to them, you see that they are still human in shape. Most have lost their hair, pale to being in the labyrinth for so long, emaciated limbs for hiding the amount of strength behind them. But even as they speak and hiss, it's not a human voice that falls forward. It's something much deeper, almost impossible for vocal cords to be producing. It is truly monstrous, the noises that lurch from them. And as yours dusts and that kind of noise fizzles away and you spin around to go join Damien, you watch Damien as the one without an arm looks to move forward, just elegantly step to one side, knock out one of the dude's arms as it swings and just take the head off. It turns to dust, but his attention was focused. In this moment, he was not worried about the one behind him, but instead the one that is almost down. He did quickly glance over to look to you and see you're free, and understanding that there's a small nod, but before he can even get that through, on his back, the thing grabs on, and you watch it tear away right from his skin to his neck, all the way down to his shoulder blade. His shirt tears, and thick vitae drips down as he actually, fucker! And he reaches back, but the thing is on him, and it's not letting go as it's just ripping away at him. I just want to make sure of the kind of damage they do. I don't think they do anything special.
I think their sole purpose is to just feed.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. And so that's, you're watching as it clutches onto him, ripping away, and you watch as its monstrous mouth just lunges towards the blood as it's just like trying to grab hold of it. You're not at like a 5 hunger, right? You're fine.
No, I'm at hunger 3 now.
Okay. We go to the next round. What do you do?
If it's got a hold of Damien, I'm just going to basically advantageously sidestep behind, and I'm just going to wrench this thing's head off of its body.
Give me your roll.
You got it. Mm-hmm.
No
7
crit, but you still
successes.
rolled 7 successes.
Yes.
And you stick with that, or do you want to willpower 2 of those?
I'm happy with that.
Okay. He's only going to have a 1d10 versus you because he's very focused on just Damien in the moment. They're very animalistic. And having that advantageous position, it wholly unaware of you and not even seeming to care beyond the vitae that is in front of it now as it wets its lips on the freshly dripping vitae of Damien. We do see Ollie very elegantly sidestep to the side, and there's no like bend down. It's just a straight strength swing. Are you a righty? Is he a righty or a lefty?
Right.
Right. So with a right uppercut, you again collide with its jaw. You feel the jaw almost like paper mache give way, turning to 1,000 pieces in its skin as you wrench its head up. And though it does lift up off of his body a bit, you do wrench the head completely off before it lets go entirely, the skin tearing like paper, and what little vitae it may have inside of it ashing instantly as it's the body that was clung on to Damien's back also begins to fall back and turn to dust. He looks to his wounds, and you actually just watch him kind of like, I gotta make a rouse check. Okay, and another rouse check. And one more rouse check.
He's lucky.
Yeah, I'm getting real good, really lucky rolls. So you just watch him and he just kind of grits his teeth a bit. Then you see the wounds on his back begin to very slowly close. Are you good?
I'm a lot better than you are.
You weren't fucking kidding. This shit's dangerous.
Yeah.
Been a while since I went against a white. Never mind 3 of them.
Well, who better at your back then?
And as you turn, maybe even to like, as you right yourself up a bit and look to the area where you tore the wall off, unsure of what to expect. I'm curious, does Ollie even have a thought of what might be behind here?
I don't know. He's expecting some sort of a body, something maybe a desiccated corpse, something that might matter to a demented Tremere.
And as I imagine you don't spend too much time then like making sure Damien's good and you kind of just turn to the open area.
He's the sheriff. If he asks for help, I'll help. If he
doesn't
doesn't ask for help,
You
I'm
watch as he
focusing on my
heals
shit.
completely. He actually will heal all of his wounds up, but they didn't do aggravated damage. He didn't get his teeth sunk into him. So
Sure.
after you both kind of confirm that both of you are good. You see Damien look over there, and then we see as Ollie spins to meet what might have been behind it. And there's no body that you might have expected. No degraded or rotting vampire or kind that might be left behind. Again, instead, what you see is hard to wrap your mind around. It's a long, dark hallway that doesn't suit where this wall is. It doesn't make sense because as you walk through the room, you can get behind this wall. It's about 20 feet deep, but what you see is much more than that. Can I have do you have a cult?
No, I do not.
Okay. You just watch Damien kind of not shiver, but he like shakes his head. That's some fucked up blood magic, ain't it?
I don't know. Can I wits awareness to try to pick up more details?
Your wits investigation if you want to spend time, but what kind of details are you looking for? Like just looking into the hallway?
Looking for like any kind of more like symbolism, something that might mark this as someone had traversed this and left some kind of mark.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make me a wits investigation.
Sure. It's not my best, not by a long shot.
Not everything can everybody be good at.
I got 2 successes.
You still rolled 2 successes. And you're feeling around, knowing the tricks that Snitch taught you, knowing what you've picked up on your own in the many years in the labyrinth, and you're trying to find something recognizable, understandable. But that's what's so strange. Through your thorough search, and you did thoroughly search, 2 successes is not like nothing. There's nothing that sticks out. But there is the one thing you do pick up as you're close to the door, this thing, as you're looking around it. There is a general chill coming from the area. It's hard to say it's a breeze, but there's a notable drop in temperature, even for a kindred, as you approach this bizarre archway. Archway might not be the right term, but hallway.
Does the hallway end at some point?
It's too dark to tell.
It's too dark to tell.
And you don't have Eyes of the Beast, right? Only Dakota does?
I don't have Eyes of the Beast, no.
Dakota would be able to see better.
How far away am I from him?
Not far. Foot, maybe 2 feet.
But there's a noticeable chill going into this.
Oh yeah, when you're up close to it and like looking around, feeling for notches, anything to give you any idea if this is known or not, you can just feel like a temperature differential. Like when you bring your hand to ice, you feel the cold well before you feel the ice.
Stick your hand in there.
You sure that's advisable?
I'm standing in it.
Oh, you walked through?
I mean, I stepped in just enough to kind of feel around.
Oh, okay. So then I need to continue because you feel the outside, and again, you feel that chill. And there is a moment where you want to step inside, and you go to step inside. I need a resolve composure check from you, please.
Does he stop me? Does he say anything at all? Just curious.
Damien is watching you and following your lead. The labyrinth is completely new to him.
Okay.
And so he's following your lead.
If that's the case, then
Yeah.
I'll tell him stick your hand in there, because like if my hand's in and I'm noticing this chill.
So I need, as you try to pass through the barrier, whether with your hand or whatever, I need a resolve composure check from you.
Yeah, that's not my worst roll.
No. Do you want to rouse the blood and add 2d10?
You bet your ass I do. I'm not going to rouse much more than that, though.
No, you're a hunger 4. Okay, that's fine. Luckily, he healed himself, so no wounds.
That's going to add 2.
Yep, 2d10.
Ooh, 5 successes.
And do you want to use a willpower to reroll 2 of those failures? You don't
Why are
have
you
to.
this way? No, I'm.
What do you mean, why am I
gonna
this
trust
way? I'm making sure you have the mechanics at the ready at all times.
Oh,
I can't
fuck.
ask
Okay,
you.
yeah. That's
I'm just
3
telling you what you
willpower.
can do. I will always remember you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I get nothing off of it. So that's 3 willpower used.
There is a moment where you maybe even hesitate placing your hand through. We have a really close look at Ollie's hand, but eventually you make the decision. And you do. There's no resistance. You don't feel a pushback. You slide your hand in and you feel around. There goes Dot. R.I.P.
Probably gonna change cameras.
I hope that's the case. Okay, cool. It's cold. Colder than even your kindred body is. It's not frigid to the point where you can't move and your body freezes up, but it's notable. And as you feel around the insides, you do not feel, similarly to the outside, you don't feel anything.
Could I possibly guess that this is a lead to Chinatown?
You can guess whatever you want.
I mean, if I'm noticing this chill,
Sure.
have I felt this chill before? Like entering through Chinatown, was this like a similar experience?
Chinatown had there was a different problem when we entered Chinatown, which was being possessed by the powerful forces that were there at the time.
Right.
That's when, who was it that lost themselves to it? Was it Crowley that failed that role?
I don't
can't
remember. I don't
I
remember
remember
that.
the van and somebody losing it.
Okay.
If Ollie puts that's what he believes, and that's what he believes.
Okay, so then I put my arm in and I
Your
notice
arm in
that
and-
chill.
Yeah, it's chill. You feeling around on the inside for any maybe dents and you don't feel anything.
Feel it. Why is
He
it
follows
colder?
suit and he reaches his hand in. I need to make a roll.
Oh
Okay.
God.
As he pushes his hand in, don't worry, different roll than what you made a roll for.
Sure.
And he feels around and he's just like, yeah, it's cold.
I didn't like that anywhere else, not down here. This is where
This reminds me of Chantry bullshit. Bigger on the inside than on the out.
Saito went in. He walked right through this wall.
So what do we do? Is that our mission? Is that what we care about? This Saito, this ghost Tremere that you see, is he helpful in this situation?
Saito is wrapped up in the current situation of Chicago.
Let me ask you a
Deep.
simple question. Do you trust this guy?
I don't trust anybody, Damien. But in regards to this, Saito was on the forefront of what happened, and it cost his life.
Listen, I don't know the labyrinth fucking from my ass or my elbow. I'm following your lead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do. I think we try.
After you.
Ollie steps in.
As you step in, that coldness sweeps over you. You feel that chill. And you're as you kind of place your feet down, it does feel like soft dirt under you again, similar to the ground that you just left from. And as you turn around to, look for Damien, as you whip around, you just see a hallway that runs infinitely the opposite direction. Damien is not there.
I'm going to wait a second.
And we watch Ollie quietly wait.
Do I ever see him?
Nope. After waiting a little longer, a figure does wander out of the darkness from the direction that you walked into it from. Doesn't match Damien's silhouette, but it does match Saito's.
What?
He just looks to you quietly.
You led me here. I lost my back. And I'm going to have to find him. And he can't see you. Now I have to get out of here, and I have to find him. Prove to me that you're actually Saito, or that I'm not just following some of her extra work.
He starts walking toward you. And if, Ollie doesn't move.
Ollie's never
Continues-
punched a ghost, but man, he really wants to.
And he continues walking toward you. And he doesn't seem to slow down. And unless you move out of the way, it looks like he's about to walk into you.
I kind of step to the side.
And he walks straight. He doesn't follow you or try to walk through you, but he begins to wander in the direction that you first saw.
I walk with him. I can't do anything else.
Nope. As soon as you follow, and you follow him for a good handful of minutes, this hallway that is too dark to see eventually gives way. He turns a few corners, but eventually the walls begin to open up. The hallway becomes less narrow over time. The ceiling rises over time. Before long, you arrive in a large, empty chamber. Entirely of, or I should say, mostly of dirt and ground. But rotting brick and rusted chains linger on a forgotten piece of ground. Saito just simply walks to the center of the room. And as he moves for his last step, he vanishes. The room is large, and there are passages that lead in all directions.
What are these chains hanging from?
They're on the ground. They're on the ground, like
ground.
rotting and rusted away, look very old. If you look around to see if there was areas, there are a couple spots where you could see like old areas where the chains would have been mounted that are also well aged and rusted away.
Is this like a cistern or?
That might not be a bad guess for Ollie.
Is this bricked up or is it all dirt?
There's bits of brick left over. You
Okay.
could imagine at some point there it may have been entirely bricked up, but age has eaten away at this place. Give me a resolve composure check.
Yeah. Four successes. I'll take
Four
it.
successes. Yeah, you are you're fine. The cold still lingers.
And he stopped right in the center.
He disappeared when he was about to take a step in the center of the room.
I moved to where he stopped, where he disappeared.
You walk closer.
Wits awareness, like maybe like feel around.
If you want to spend time and looking around, that's a wits investigation.
Okay.
Wits awareness is just kind of like a looking around and taking a quick in.
Yeah. Is there any like? I mean, we were down here before. This is where I found that key. A place very similar to this. So
Yeah, similar but not quite the same.
Right.
place.
Right. You said wits investigation.
Yeah, if you want to start really looking around, and you said you have none in occult.
Correct.
Okay, and 3 successes. You're having some decent to good ass rolls.
Yeah.
Let me check one thing. I want to see if
Can't believe I got that much.
that's good. That's considered a hard beating a hard difficulty. It is that. Do you have something in academics out of curiosity? I can't remember.
No, Ollie's a dropout from high school.
Yeah. I know, but you've had interest in the Tremere in the past and stuff, so I was just curious.
Yeah.
Again, wits investigation, you spend some time. You really spend maybe like a good hour investigating this place closely to the best that you can see with what little light seems to emanate from what varying openings around around this room seem to still have some. And you're looking for evidence of like what this place once was, perhaps. I will say what Ollie discovers is that the chains don't seem randomly strewn about. There seems to be a notable pattern in a way that is of from what is left of a circle. It seems that what remnants of the chains go around go around in a circle of the center of this room.
Okay. And the cold seems to be very like ever present here.
Ever present, it lingers.
What's at the end of the chains? Just curious.
Again, there's big iron, like big, huge looped chains. There's not much at the end of the chains. You could track a few of them though to the places in the wall where they once would have hung. They're even higher than you, maybe 15 feet above up where they would have hung. And you can see like 2 of them that haven't fully rotted out.
How many passageways did you say that I'd seen?
If Ollie takes a moment to count, you see 6.
I see 6 passageways. And this looks like it's a central focal point chamber.
At the very least, it seems to be. You're not sure if you're even still in the labyrinth.
How about just general footfall in this area? Outside of its own, does it look like there's
do you have
footfall
anything
here?
in survival?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
I should at least, at the very least, be able to tell if like something is my giant shoe versus someone else's shoe.
No, yeah. You just might not be able to tell how
old it is.
Long ago it was. But that's something that, I'll even on your close investigation, there's definitely been footfall here, for sure. And they are human looking footsteps.
I think Ollie might even say out loud.
Give me another wits investigation though when you're investigating this specifically, because I want to see if you discover something.
Yeah, wits. Nope. No, hold on. It's being weird.
Okay.
2 successes.
With 2 successes, you pick up just one track that doesn't seem to have footsteps. It seems like dragging tracks of like something that was like a not like a oblong, but like a square maybe, or something that was dragged across. There's footprints across it, meaning it might be a little older, but you can't tell how old. But it looks like something had been dragged here. No, we're not talking like coffin sized in that kind of shape for people who are thinking otherwise. It's not that. It's much more because a coffin thing would have a like an angled shape to it. This is like a dead square.
Well, Cider, I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what you're trying to show me, but this place is important. Why is it important? I don't know. Is this where they're going to do it? Is this it?
There is another few minutes of silence as you're speaking to a Saito that's not there. But eventually, as you're looking around, you do turn and see Saito again. But he's not standing and looking at you. He's not walking in any direction. He's near the center, though not fully, maybe a foot away, kneeling on both knees with both of his hands on a particular spot. And he looks not at you, but he's looking down at it. And it's hard to read from here wits awareness.
Sure. That's actually an okay roll for me. 4.
Yeah, that's very good. It looks like he's not fully defined. There's a blurriness to him. He's not in focus. But the way his body moves looks like he might even be crying. But there is no sound. It is utter silence.
What's he focused on?
A spot on the ground where his hands, he almost looks like he's on all fours, like crying. And he's looking at the ground.
I'm looking at that spot on the ground.
Do you go closer to it or do you stay distance?
Yeah, I'm going to get closer to it.
As you get really close and you look at that spot, there's a bit of brick there with some dirt. And as you dust away the dirt, you notice what seems to be, well, it's hard to tell. It's such a dark stain now, but maybe it's a blood stain.
I dust off more of the area.
And you keep dusting it away. And you see a small pool, a stain, aged, dried there. And when you look over to Saito, he's gone. He's not there anymore. But instead, you hear a voice. It doesn't emanate from this room. It's in your own mind. For a brief moment, you think you hear Cammy's voice. It's hard to determine what it's been so long. You don't even know what she says, but there's a sadness in it. When you look up or maybe even look around, you see Saito again. And now is at the edge of the wall, looking at the wall. You see his shoulders are slacked. He doesn't wait for you to approach. You're not even sure if he knows you're even there anymore. As his visage vanishes almost as quickly as you see it.
Anything on that wall?
If you approach the wall and you look again, with your that 4, I'm not going to have you roll again. It looks like what's there on the brick is scratch marks and chaotic lines in the brick itself.
Can I make out? Is it just like panic? Is it just like trauma scratch? Fear scratch?
For Ollie, it fits every horror movie trope when you look at it. It looks like panic white scratches, but they're deep and they're chaotic in nature. And it's hard to tell if they end because the brick wall gives way to dirt before you could even see where it may have naturally ended. At this moment, you feel a sinking feeling. One might recognize the echo of what may be fear. But it's distant. I said an echo, a distant feeling. Ollie now, something isn't right with this room.
Take me out. Like hand on the wall, on the dirt. Take me out.
As though you're asking the
labyrinth.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Take me back to him.
There is no response. The walls don't shuffle. And I need one more resolve composure check.
Sure.
You may rouse the blood and add 2, as always.
Do you want me to arouse the blood? Or is it just
don't tell me. I don't want you to do
okay,
anything.
I'm just asking if that's
no,
like,
I'm just reminding of mechanics because I can tend to forget.
4 successes. I'm so glad I'm not failing this.
There's a moment where you believe that fear is going to bubble up. It feels it feels closer than it was. Still muted, an echo. With every passing beat, it feels like it draws just a little closer. But you're a man of a solid, sound mind who's been in difficult situations, and you take a moment just to compose yourself. There's something clawing at the back of your mind here, desperate for you to be so afraid. But your eyes see rotted away nothing. Eventually, Ollie makes a decision. You have to pick one of them. Do you pick one that has light coming from it or one that doesn't have any light coming from it?
It's a roll of the dice.
There are 2 with light, 4 without. You want to do 1, 2 is light, 3 through 6 is no light. Roll a d6.
5.
No light. You pick one that is dark, and perhaps it's for the better. Light could indicate civilized people or something that is looking to see in the darkness, and Ollie is much more comfortable staying silent. You're at 4 hunger, so moving with silence is probably ill-advised, but it's something that you could do if you chose to. Otherwise, if you're trying to stay quiet, just a simple dexterity stealth check is what I want.
Actually, it costs nothing for me to do those. I can move silent for free.
Fantastic.
You said dex stealth?
Yeah, you just can't move invisibly and silent for free then, right? Okay.
That's Cloak of Shadows, and I can use that too.
Oh, okay. Then I thought they had a rouse for that.
Unseen Passage is a rouse, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Dex stealth.
Yeah, give me a dex stealth. Okay. You can't re-roll any of those. And the last thing I want from you is, I imagine, are you still like trying to like reach out to the labyrinth, trying to like basically like get me home, take me out of here?
I'm encouraging it to take me back to Damien.
Give me one more composure resolve check though for different reasons.
Dude, you are
Different reason.
pushing
Different
it.
reason. We're not in the same. It's not for the same reason. Okay. It takes a while. Eventually, however, this winding path that has different choices and varying branch ways you could go, all of which mean nothing to you as you're in an area you're unfamiliar with. The consistent sentiment of just fucking get me back to Damien. Get me back to Damien is something you do not let go of. And while it took much longer than you'd like, with one success, you still attain what you're looking for. And Damien is standing right where you left him as you walk around the same corner you came into this room with initially. He's sitting by the brick wall 20 feet away. Well, sitting is not the right word, but he's picking at his fingernails with his sword leaned up against the wall. And as you walk in, he snaps up with his hand on his hilt. And it says, I thought I might have fucking lost you and had to deliver some bad news to Dakota.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
When you look at the door with a brick wall, there's nothing there. It's a dirt wall.
What happened? What happened?
You walked into the hallway thingy, and when you stepped through, it was dirt. What the fuck happened on your end?
I hit a room. Big circular room. It had, I don't know, 5 or 6 other passageways. And there were chains everywhere. They were in a circle, rusted. Someone had been there. There were drag marks. And I kept seeing something. Saito was there. I kept hearing things. And yeah, it was definitely something Tremere related, but I don't think I stepped into just basic magic. I think I stepped into a memory. I think either Saito
problems or acquire the Chantry. I wish I could help you with it, but I can't.
You remember the kindred Camille?
Lost her life, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw where she
Opened up
died.
the room. He continues like her death opened up the room for Jackson's move.
I think I just saw where she died.
I thought she was executed by the sheriff at the time.
Yeah, and the canon information is always delivered by the victor, right?
He just nods and agreeing. Yeah. Yeah, that's damn right.
Yeah, well,
get me the fuck out of here still.
You got it. Stay close. This place is still... It's talking. It's talking. And
no more...
I'm going to go.
Random. Yeah. And he calmly, though much less relaxed looking, follows you. And you're able to make your way relatively... give me another resolve composure, because you're still in a part of the labyrinth you're not familiar with.
You got it. Nothing.
Unfortunate. You could spend a willpower and re-roll those 3.
Sure, yeah, I will. I'm about tapped on willpower, though. I've got 1 left.
It happens.
I have 1 success.
And with one, again, I just need a success. It takes a long time again. And your mind is not only flooded with what you just saw, the 4 hunger is no joke. The beast is always looking for little moments that you might be able to slip away and taunt you to drink Damien's Vitae, you'll never know, or to slip out and maybe leave him behind and go feast on in his territory when you get close. But you don't give in. And with enough focus, even with 1 success, after more time passes, you wander your way out the same area that you entered, that strange place where Saito initially led you. Where ahead, not too far, is the exit you know of. The one you were heading to initially.
We leave.
He follows, and as he pops up onto the street with you, he hesitates. I'm going to report back to Jackson. He's expecting me. Anything I should tell him?
Yeah, that shit's bad. Shit's really bad, and the abyss it's leaking through. It's leaking through. That has never happened before, Damien.
Sure, I'll be thrilled to hear it.
We're gonna have
hunters.
We might have to up some timelines. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well.
The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. We might have to up some timelines. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters, I'll make sure Bella's aware of as well. The hunters
I'll keep this from her, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably for the best. So should I expect to see you in the coming nights?
I imagine you will.
Then
Don't
I'll
forget
prepare
about our
for-
conversation, and especially if shit's bad, do what's right before it gets too bad.
yeah, I'll prepare up for this attack on the cell, the
No,
SI.
man, no. I'm talking about Dakota.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I just I work out my stress in the ring, and I don't exactly have a lot of people that's willing to
He
To
takes
go
a step
toe-to-toe with
forward. He takes a step forward and just puts his hand on your shoulder, just kind of like presses it. Listen, it ain't the hit of the punch that makes the man. It's when you're willing to deal with what's inside.
Yeah,
Take it
kid, I
from a
watched
fucking-
Rocky.
Nah, take it from a bruja. Rage is secondary. Anger is a secondary emotion, yeah? You're angry because you're sad. Or you're angry because you're confused. Anger is just a symptom. You got to treat the actual problem. And I think telling Dakota how you actually feel before I actually do anything is respectful to me and to her. And to you. I know, we brew our passionate punch. Kind of like Toreador in that way. The wave ain't my type. And he gives you like his hand on your shoulder. He pulls back and gives you like a gentle punch. And I may look 14, but remember, I'm your elder.
I get that. I hear you. Hey,
Yeah,
look, if you
that's-
ever find yourself passing through, we got ourselves a little ring at the bottom of the Lights Out pub. Come square up. Let's see what you're made of.
I'll keep it in mind. Sounds fun. And hey, let Dakota know I do want to do another show at the theater. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll hear about it one way or another.
He just turns quietly and walks. Ollie, I imagine, does very similar. And makes your way back to, do you make your way back to the Lights Out pub?
Yeah. If nobody appears to be there, then and
Well, I
Grant's
imagine they
fine.
are. It's late. Ava and Dakota. Ollie has been gone for about 5 hours.
I do not like this. Mm-mm.
The whole time,
It has been
Grant
far
is like
too long.
confused about the new stove and is needing a lot of help. But do you stay at the bar, I imagine, or do you go out? Like, what do you
What do we do? You know what? That's
I mean, I do things, but we can just
what
stick
are
around.
you gonna do? What are you doing?
Tonight.
Yesterday
I,
was Thirsty Thursday. Am I correct? Or
yes,
Trap Thursday. So today's
yes.
Friday.
Today's a Freaky Friday. Yes.
Yo, Freaky Friday. We should do that at this bar.
We should have theme
Little
nights.
Freaky Friday.
What does one do on a Freaky Friday?
Do you really want to know?
I bet your banana hammock guy will be there.
My God,
He's there every night. No, it's fine. I don't have any actual.
We're not
real
gonna
shit.
actually go all the way back up to Edith's club. It's like
No.
a hike, right? And you had
No.
a little freak out in the van last night. Can we just talk
You
about
guys
that?
could stay here and help me with the business. I'm busy.
Actually, yes, we should talk about that, Dakota.
Sorry, Grant,
no,
we're
Grant.
busy talking about things.
We should have some girl talk.
Actually, you know what, Grant? You should hear this. We should girl talk, but first,
You see Grant perk up. He smiles widely.
on the occasion, the love of your life, Ava Heloise, tends to have little episodes where her eyes turn black and veins kind of sprout from her eyes.
Oh yeah, I remember like that. Kind of like a weird, dangerous Sleeping Beauty. Kiss her on the lips and wake her up, right? And he looks
No.
over to Ava with a smile.
You shoot me to wake me up.
That's actually true. Yours is some fairy tale fucking nonsense.
I don't know what's real and what's not anymore. You know,
You know what is real? That grill.
my
isn't
love for
working yet.
Ava.
No. Okay, you know what? You want to make yourself useful? I got a question.
Sure, shoot.
Okay, so let's say that some point in your life you've had like a girlfriend, right?
Yes, and I have had a girlfriend.
Have you dated, Grant?
Yes, I've had a girlfriend.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm just saying. Okay, so you, okay. And
She was my
then-
dealer, but that doesn't matter.
Oh
Don't
God.
date your dealer.
Well, that's how comedy started in the first place.
Okay, you know what?
You can't say no to those silicone
But this doesn't have to.
suction bags.
This
You know what I
doesn't.
mean?
Oh no, this doesn't have to do with my story. Okay, so let's say you and your girlfriend, your dealer, broke up, and then your dealer.
We did break up.
Okay. So this is all working around. Then your dealer starts, maybe makes it clear that she has feelings for another person.
Well, she made it very clear when I saw her taking 2 people at once.
Okay, so
And that
then,
was the end of the relationship.
So then, let's say you end up having to work with the duo that did your ex-girlfriend. And
I don't think I'd want to.
Okay, cool. So let's.
Where's the question in this?
Okay, I'm getting there, Grant. I'm getting there. I'm very hungry. I wouldn't test me tonight. Okay, so I'm just saying. What would you say talk about while you were on a business trip together?
To my ex's fuck buddies?
Yes. I mean, can we just remove the fuck part? There's just like other...
What would I talk about with them? Oh God, I don't know. How amazing she is in the sack. What do you think I'm going to talk to them
Is
about?
that what
Nothing.
you would
I hate
really
them. I would
talk
probably punch one of them.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? This was a bad idea. Grant, go back to fixing
Yes,
stuff.
it was. I'm a very loyal person, Ava, just so you know.
I'm sure you are, Grant.
I,
But we've come to the conclusion that yes, men do talk about women when they're alone together.
Oh, sure. Oh, that's what you're wondering?
Yes.
Yeah, that happens when you're not like,
Wait,
wait, what? Are you worried about?
Wait, no. I don't. This conversation is already
Oh,
finished.
come on now.
Now,
Ollie
Ava and I are
boss
going to
is-
talk about girl stuff.
I thought, but that's what the question was for, right?
No, it was
Yeah, I
about
bet you they're talking
my
about you.
friend. It was a hypothetical question.
I used to talk about, I remember Jimmy would, oh man, especially when he was like, hi, he'd love to hear about the things that we did the night before. He would ask like, do they feel
Grant,
real? And I would be like, I don't know, they're the first ones I ever felt.
Grant,
So it was just really
Grant,
exciting either way.
Grant, the oven still doesn't work. Can you fix that?
Can you help me? Jesus.
No, I don't know anything about ovens.
Neither do I.
I literally never cooked anything in my life.
I could
I
get
don't
somebody
know.
to help you, Grant.
Hey, yeah, we could find you some company.
Fine. I would want it to be Ava's company, but whatever. I don't get what I want.
No, because Ava and I have to girl talk, and
You gonna talk about me, huh? Girl talk about the boy?
well, I guess so, since that's how it fucking works. Except you've not dated either of us, so maybe we won't.
Only because Ava's playing hard to get.
Oh yeah, she played real hard to get tonight with the cop.
Listen to me.
You know
Every
that-
single
you know that a
person, and
random
no, that's
cop-
my point though, right? Like that's my point, right? Every man that walks through the door, bam, they're hers. But me, she got a little patience. She got a little, maybe wants to prove herself. You know, I am the only man she has never instantly taken. She's taking her time. She's getting to know me. Ain't that right, pretty girl?
I have a real question. Do you rehearse these things in the mirror in the morning?
I have long showers.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm glad that we saved your life,
Can
Grant.
Can we just pretend this conversation never happened from start to finish? There have been no questions between us at all times.
Okay. But seriously,
Nope.
I need to know one thing. Like, seriously, Ava, what would it take to take you
Grant.
on a date?
Grant.
One date. Just one date.
Oh my
I'll take
God.
you to the Cheesecake Factory. Get a
It would-
burrito grande. That thing is huge.
I don't think I've been to the Cheesecake Factory since I was turned.
You know she owns a cheesecake.
We own a cheesecake.
store, right? Like cheesecake is not like a thing we are in lacking of.
Okay, I forgot. I'll take you to. Oh, what else is fancy around here? Like Fire and Ice. Yeah.
Oh my Grant, you're gonna have to take me somewhere on Gold Coast, overlooking Lake Michigan. You know, a nice romantic place.
Well, I've been working overtime for the boss. Maybe I get a little extra money. I'll take you out. I'll get a
Yes.
nice suit somewhere from Rent a Tux. It'll be great.
Keep saving up, Grant. It's gonna
I
be a
will.
lot of saving.
Oh, you're gonna regret the day that I walk over to you with money in my pocket and I'm ready to go.
Wait,
Okay.
how about
All
that
right.
girl talk? Oh my
Can
god.
can
Okay.
we can we
yeah,
please,
yeah,
Grant?
okay. Sorry. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Get back to work and building this damn stove.
You know he's gonna end up taking you for like free fucking breadsticks or something, right?
Maybe one night I'll actually entertain it. And maybe then he'll realize it's really not all that exciting, and he'll shut up and let it be.
But what if he? Oh, Ava. See, this is a gamble. There's a real gamble here, because if he falls in love with you, then
I think he
can't be stopped. Is what is going to happen.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's the fact that he hasn't been able to get my attention, and once he does, he'll be done.
Once you would fulfill his greatest desires, he'll just stop.
He'll be done. Yes. That is how it works with some men.
I think it'll break his soul, honestly. Because he'll have to go back to just flipping burgers. And not oogling you. And getting paid to do it.
I do not want the girl to talk to me about Grant.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. So about your black eyes.
I didn't tell you everything that happened. With what Sybil told me, and her telling me that there's going to come a time when she takes me away, and that'll be the moment that I have to say yes or no.
Okay.
Fully.
Well, we did kind of know that was probably coming. I mean, she wasn't going to make like a public thing of it.
I worry that she's not stupid. She hasn't put all of her cards in me. She knows that we're fucking around. And I feel like soon we're going to find out if I don't.
What if she's fucking around and, finding out?
I think we're getting closer to the time where it's no longer going to be a game of cat and mouse with Sybil. And I need to go fully in.
Well, okay. Well, we now know what that means, which is bye-bye Ava. So,
that whole torpor thing.
Okay, so I was thinking, where would you like to vacation?
And I don't know.
As far away from here as possible.
Far away from Chicago? Is that a good idea? What if you lose me?
We're not gonna lose you. I have a thought. It's a small thought, but a thought. It's not really a particularly prestigious vacation spot, but it is a safe place, and it's not too far, but just far enough to get you outside of Chicago so we can see if the shadow is weakened by being close enough. If you say it. I'm not going to say the M word because I hate it as much as you do. You would have to drag me kicking and screaming back to that place. No, somewhere truly out of the way.
Is it Gary, Indiana?
It is not Gary, Indiana, the murder capital of the world.
It's only like 45 minutes away. That's not even far.
Where?
Well, like I said, John, bear with me. It's not a particularly
where is it? Where?
It's in South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Yes.
I've not been to the Dakotas.
Yes, well, I'm thinking maybe it's time for you to visit.
So you put me there, some desolate place.
It is, yes, secluded.
Why can't you just put me in torpor here and keep me here somewhere safe?
Because here is very strong. The thinning of the veil. I think it is making that shadow stronger. What if we take the shadow and we leave here? It can't feed on its battery power.
Okay.
I mean, I can get you farther, I guess, than the Dakotas. I just had a safe place.
What if I was able to get that dagger from Bella? Like, her and I are going to be...
Keep in mind, Jackson did ask Ava to build a relationship with Bella.
Yeah.
It would be hard to do that if she's gone.
Like, I get nice and gushy close with Bella, and then one night, gushy close with Bella, and one night I take the dagger.
Well, unfortunately, Ava, I hate to break it to you, you're not her type. Not saying that you couldn't get close, just saying that she has a particular thing for...
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so, that being said, it's not a bad idea. I'm just...
Did Ava get everything else that she wanted to say out there?
No.
Okay. There's more. There's always more.
So more of, oh God, what else did Sybil? I'm trying to just recall. There was something else that Sybil said that really.
You're gonna. You said next time you should go to sleep and wake up, you'll have understanding of a base ability.
Oh yes.
Which we need to pick. Which one?
Yes.
You would
I
know it by now.
so when Sybil and I speak, Dakota, I do kind of make it seem like I am still interested in her, of course, and interested in the gifts that I've received since taking this shadow. Um, and I'm going to try to learn more about them. And she said that that might happen in my slumber. And the next time I wake, I may know more.
Have you slumbered?
Uh,
Technically, yes, but we can say no for now.
yes, but it may come in time. Like
Right. Do you know what it is?
more, learning more about these shadows. I'm just saying, maybe
I'm just. I am playing devil's advocate here. Do you think having more of the shadowy like abilities is going to put you farther away from, becoming a fleshy vessel for her sire?
just the more we learn, the more we know,
You know, um,
the more we can stop it.
okay. Let's go back to the dagger. If that is a for real thing that you can do,
I'm gonna try.
it will make it worth it.
Yeah.
I'm still for your vacationing to the Dakotas because then you can, chill out for a second. It's not like you can't become besties with Bella again. If Bella survives.
Let's do that as a last resort. If I feel that the time is coming and it's imminent and we're not ready, we do that.
Yes, the last resort is to ship Ava Heloise to South Dakota. It's truly a cold day in hell.
It's just, again, I know this is all meant to happen.
How do you want this to end, Ava?
I was put here for a purpose, and I know.
You were forced into her purpose.
But everything she's told me, I was part of her plan. The fact that I can see things. She called me a seer.
Yep.
That I have premonitions, that my ability to take photography, everything that's ever happened to me has been for this purpose.
So why are you trying to fulfill it?
I would say, I want to just butt in. The one thing that didn't go according to plan was you were supposed to be a Sombra. So I don't know if that would be something that just,
Yes.
taken in mind, but that is the one thing that didn't go according to plan.
Which I was put here for that purpose, even to the point of me not being the clan I'm supposed to be. So what do I want? That means that it's up to me to make the choice of what's going to happen. And I
So you
can stop it.
You really think when she rips Vitel open and her sire, who has merged with the Abyss, comes screaming out and she slams him into your body, or really into a body in which you're gonna feed from, however that fucking happens. The point, Ava, is you really think in all of that you're gonna be able to say no?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna say no if
You didn't really answer my question. How do you see this ending?
I see me being the one thing I see us collectively being the kink in her plan. But that moment when she wants everything to go her way, I'm the one to stop the plans from moving forward. I'm not quite sure how that's going to happen.
Well,
but I will be there till that moment.
You never cease to amaze me, especially when push comes to shove. But, I fear you just walking in there offering over your life to her plan.
It's so weird.
You need a trump card. You need an ace up your sleeve, baby. You gotta figure out what you're carrying on your fucking utility belt, you know?
To me, the ace up the sleeve was the antediluvian being the abyss and not what she thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but that affects us too, still, really negatively.
But it means that her plan isn't going to go the way she wants it to. It's going to fuck up, basically.
Blow up and cause, just a permanent night.
Or we just send it all back. If it is the abyss, we keep the abyss at bay. We know how to do that, sort of. We've figured that out mostly. We can keep the abyss at bay.
All right, so...
And her plan fails.
Because
she's expecting Bella to be.
I wonder. Okay, I've had an idea. What if you don't have to take the dagger yet? What if you can get good reference images of it? You are a photographer, after all.
Yes.
What if we have a double made?
I don't know. It seems like a pretty ancient relic.
Well,
it
fuck,
may need
we live
to be
in
that.
a day and age where they make fucking TV sets that look more real than... Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is we have to figure something out. You walking in there and being like, I disagree with you, seems like maybe it's gonna go poorly. What I want to see is the moment where Sybil panics. Brought to you by Ava Heloise.
Saito would know if that dagger could be replicated or not.
All we have to do is...
favorite name.
Well, dare I ask how you plan to ask Saito? Maybe he left it in his handy-dandy diary?
Maybe.
Have you even peeped at the handy-dandy diary?
I've wanted to, but we've been distracted these last few nights.
Well, to keep me from losing my mind that Oliver Hopkins and Damien are still 3 hours into the labyrinth with zero word as to whether either of them have fucking survived, and what they could be talking about, only Grant clearly knows. So, I thought maybe it's a time to peep Saito's diary.
I love it. Make me, we'll say the next 2 hours, you spend going through this diary. For Ava, you're going to make me an intelligence, what was the word?
Occult?
Yep, intelligence occult roll. And with Dakota helping, you can add a 1d10.
Okay.
Look, I read your brother's journals. I know how to decipher kindred crazy.
Okay, you critically succeed with 4 successes.
Nice.
And we'll say as like you're kind of starting to be, oh yeah, no, this kind of makes sense. Well, maybe he did know about the dagger. The door opens and in rolls Ollie alone.
Oh, what? Wait.
They're at the back table in the private booth.
Did you lose him? Did you lose him?
Oh, he
Okay. Just had to make sure
left.
he wasn't following you.
Oh, he died. It's different.
I mean, I lost him for a little bit, but I got him back again. So it's all right. It's
Wait. Back up. You did what? What
I
happened?
lost him for a little bit, but I got him back again.
How
Well, that's good.
Why? How? No, that's not good. I mean, it's
good
that you got
he's
him
not
back.
lost.
Was he
I
scared?
can give you the quick and dirty of it,
Yeah.
but I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of questions that I can't answer.
I have no questions. Ava and I actually we've not asked any questions tonight. Not of Grant, not...
You're so bad at this.
I don't know what you're talking about. We've been going through Saito's diary.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with Saito tonight. I had fairly intimate exposure to Saito tonight.
I
Wait,
did that.
can you repeat that?
Yeah, is there a different way you can state that sentence?
I had too close a call
Okay.
with a walking ghost that looked just like Suichi Saito. And I've had my Saito fill. Like if there was an existing Saito bar, it was fucking full tonight.
I feel that most days. Specifically on Saturdays from 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's why you take karate.
This is why I started karate. Let's be honest.
Okay, you can't just leave it at that. What happened? You saw
right.
him?
Yeah, here's the quick and dirty. I went into the labyrinth with Damien. I went full Aladdin. I was showing him a whole new world. Magic carpet ride all the way through the labyrinth, right? Showing him all the sights, symbols, signs, everything.
Ran in the
that
background. Aladdin,
did
that's what I
before.
was saying. Aladdin, I'm like,
We've
you're
already
Aladdin.
had one Aladdin metaphor tonight.
And
I can show you the world.
Nope, you
shining, shimmering, fucked up, because that's what it all is. So
What
we were on our way out after I showed him some things. We talked about some of the creatures that inhabit the labyrinth. And no doubt, like all of you, have probably had some very impersonal conversations. I had some private conversations similarly with Damien. We imparted some ancient kindred wisdom. It's some fortune cookie shit. I'll tell you all about it later. Either way, on our way out, I saw a shadow following us or stalking us. I don't know what. So I grabbed him and ran around the corner, and I saw Saito. I saw Saito's ghost.
Wait, just outside of the abyss?
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. The labyrinth skirts the abyss.
The veil's thin there.
So
Yeah,
so what did
Saito
Saito
didn't
have to show
exactly-
you?
He didn't exactly look too happy. He seemed to be stuck in a place. In fact, we followed for a while, and lo and behold, Damien couldn't see him. So this was a private message sent specifically to me, apparently. He led me down a hallway for a few minutes before we came to a brick wall, of which I tore through it. And then I had my first encounter with White. Not one, but 3 of them. Damien and I were attacked by Whites. And I'm not gonna lie, the kid's got some, he's got some fighting chops. But I bit into him, took a hunk right out of his back. I don't know if he would have survived had I not been there. He probably would have, but not without getting fucked up first.
Holy shit.
Anyway, we dusted them. We dispatched them as quickly as we could. And I looked into this hall, this newfound experience that I created there, where Saito disappeared into a wall. And it was just a black hallway. I reached in, and it was noticeably colder. Very cold. Remember the time that we were down there, we found that room with all the chains.
Can't forget it.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
And I told him that I wanted to go in. He asked if it was smart, if I trusted Saito. And I said, no, I don't fucking trust him. I don't trust really anybody. But he trusted me. And when I went in, the labyrinth did what it does. And it cut me off from him. That's when I lost him. And lo and behold, who appeared after I wandered down this dark and nebulous hallway other than Soichi Saito himself? And he led me back to that fucking room.
To be fair, the only one who's been in that room is Ava.
Ava, that's right. Yeah, Dakota hasn't been there, so I don't know.
No one's
I
been in
don't-
that room before, and the last time she was in there, it was pristine. It didn't look, it was like new brick chain. But she told you about the room.
It led me to a room. There were chains on the ground. They seemed to be sort of arranged in a position. I couldn't make heads or tails of it. It didn't make a lot of sense to me, but Saito was there. He kept standing in the center of the room, and he was feeling something on the ground. So I moved some of the dust around, and I found blood. And then I saw him again as I looked at that blood, and he was up against the wall. Saito was crying. And you know what I felt? You know what I experienced when I touched that blood? I heard Cammy's voice.
Probably at that moment, while Ava may have some suspicions in her mind, that solidifies that where he was.
Cammy was killed there, wasn't she?
That was the room where I deoplarized Cammy.
Saito was showing me. He was there, and that's where he was most visible to me, was in that spot. And I don't know if I was walking through the ghost or if I was walking through a memory. But the fact that only I could see it and that Damien couldn't leads me to believe that it just wasn't a memory. That it was the ghost showing me what happened, or at least telling me about it. There's something about that place.
In your dream, or whatever, it feels like a dream, though you believe it to be real. That's where her entire casket was kept, chained in the middle of the room, lifted above the ground. That was where Sybil actually rested.
This vision that I just had last with Sybil, was I in that room again? I felt like I
No,
was.
you were not in that room again. You felt that same fear, though.
Okay.
There was the same fear.
Mhm.
You've never been back in there since, as far as you can remember, beyond the night you fed on Cammy. And then the fear of you trying to claw your way out.
I remember that room. I've seen it. Yeah, many a time.
When else have you seen it?
I remember a vision of a room just like that. Brick wall, chains, and a casket.
Something
Right.
was drugged from that room. There were like tread marks in the dirt and the brick.
Cammy was. She was drugged from the floor to my feet to consume.
You also all know there was at some point in the labyrinth humans in cages being moved around.
Yep. Okay. So there's
The thing
something
that rings weirdly is that Ava remembers it being pristine. To Ollie, it looked abandoned for years.
It was a mess.
Yeah, it looked like it'd been forgotten about, consumed by age. So
I
that
don't
doesn't
understand.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, this place hasn't seen the light of day or a janitorial crew in probably a decade at least.
Hey, Mathis, I'm gonna ask for a really weird role.
Sure. I'm open.
Hearing that this location is coming up multiple times, all related to Sybil in some way, whether it was the demise of Cammy, the moving of this thing, the feeding the souls, the people, all of it. Can I make a survival wits check to see if this is her feeding location? This is where she does it? Meaning that, can I piece some lines together that this may be where she plans to do the thing with Ava? The big event?
Okay, so that's two different asks. One is where she feeds, one is where she's going to do the ritual. So
then
if you're,
I would say let's start with the ritual because that's what's fresh on Dakota's.
well, I would say, like, as far as the feeding is concerned, I don't think you need to roll. I think that's a plausible thing for you to at least assume she had fed in there prior. Maybe she had fed before. You don't know. But if it's the place with the ritual, yeah, I would say that would require an occult check.
For location, not for because survival makes sense for feeding. Okay, so
yeah, and I just like it makes sense if you don't. I don't need you to roll. I think that's something that Dakota would piece together pretty easily.
Okay, so this room, this giant room that both of you have seen, is where she feeds. Every time it's about like blood or sacrifice or her body is there, which means I imagine there have been more than just Cammy consumed in that room.
Maybe.
Why?
Part of me wonders if that's where she's going to do this thing on Vitel.
Yeah, me too.
Thought I remember seeing Vitel in that room at some point.
You do.
I did.
Same vision, same night. He was there.
Ava,
he was there.
Ava, I'm having a feeling of a trump card. I'm having a feeling.
Vitel.
She doesn't know we know where she's going to do it. She wants to keep the location secret. That's why she's going to come and get you and take you there, but we know. So when she comes to get you, we know where to come get you.
That's why Saito brought you there.
Ollie knows there's a single problem with that.
Yeah, but
that door is gone now.
I don't know if I'm going to know how to get back there.
Maybe there's got to be a way you could get back there. You know the labyrinth better than any of us. It has to be able to take you back there.
Wait.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it back there without some sort of a gift to that place.
We give it a gift.
You could try to snitch. You think snitch might be able to, but that means informing him. There's options.
You mentioned when you I will be sensitive. The night that Cammy left us, was Bella there?
Nope.
She wasn't.
Who else would know how to get to this place?
Saito. Saito guided me there.
You said you want to talk to Saito. Now's your chance, Ava. We could use his help again.
You know, if you are looking to speak with deceased kindred in particular, kind of difficult to do that with. You've come across a clan who has some abilities to do so. Hakata. Finding one is going to be the hard part. They're not exactly common.
Or I just
I mean, you could try and force a
force
vision. If that's what you're
premonitions
thinking, you
every
could try.
night.
You could definitely try forcing premonitions. No guarantee it's going to do what you want it to do.
Tremere can't do that shit. No, just Hakata.
What?
Like,
I mean,
talk.
Tremere have some rituals that might be able to do it. I'll do some deep looking, see if there's some older rituals I could turn into a V5 rules, but not on the base set. There's no like talking to the dead.
Can Lasombra learn Oblivion rituals?
Yes.
But
oh yeah. Well, they
yeah,
they
okay.
could learn. Yeah, you don't know. You don't fully know.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
I'm trying to remember if Ollie and Snitch had I'm gonna ping you, Bub, real quick.
Sure.
Well, he does. Dakota turns to Ollie. Hey, remember the really sweet woman who used to come in with your face, do the mask
Anna.
prosthetics? Yeah. Is she able to create replications of a lot of different things?
I mean, I don't know. She's been basically being a professional maker for masks since, well, God knows when, since the war, last real war we had.
If we were, say, to provide her with some images of something we would want a replica made of, could she maybe give us an idea if she could do it?
Maybe. It's a stretch, but maybe.
I still think we're going to need the original.
Well, of course. We just are the ones that carry it in. I'm thinking that Ava brought up a good point, which is if she gets close to Bella, she could potentially, steal the dagger.
Yes. I think we do need to get back to that place. Not right now. We don't need to go there. But now we know we have access to it from the labyrinth.
Ollie, is it part of the labyrinth?
You don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe Saito has some information about this in his little diary.
Yes, more diary.
I mean, I'll
searching.
read it if you don't want to. I just suspected.
No, I'll read it. It's fine. I'll take some time.
Look, I can always reach out to Snitch. Part of being a part of this clan, we sort of have a way, right? We have a way that we can change the way that things are kind of perceived. You know how we can step invisible. You guys can't see us.
Right.
Well, it's there might be more there. Maybe it's one of those things that with that room, maybe it's a Tremere thing, right? Or maybe another clan has a way to change the way that we look at things, right? Maybe
like a hallucination?
Sort of, yeah. Sort of like change the magic of the painting. More
Which
that
would
voodoo.
imply that she might actually have been there. Her body might have been there, if that's true.
So what, you think Sybil made it all pretty for Ava?
Maybe.
Or Ava saw the reality of it, and what Ollie saw was an illusion or something was pasted over it.
There's a very good chance, right? Like, so I only know about this because Snitch did this for me. Snitch took me to a place that is his home. It's not the labyrinth. He took me to his home, and he made the whole fucking place disappear. Not a person, a building. A whole building was gone, and he took it straight back into my vision. It was there. He let me in. He let me see it. She could have just been there. Saito could have guided me there while she was there.
You think she was there, you just didn't see her?
I mean, that's a real possibility, yeah.
Well, anytime I've seen Saito, she's not far.
Okay. Ava, we need to scour his journal and figure out a way to maybe talk to Saito within a certain level of control, if possible.
Sounds like a really fun mid-season finale episode.
Damien did see all of this?
No, he didn't see any of it. He didn't see any of it.
And then
honestly,
you found him.
I don't know if he believes any of it.
He asked about Saito. He asked about him, and I told him that he was wrapped up in this deep. That he might be dead, but he's not gone.
And dare I ask Damien's response?
He said it sounds like Tremere bullshit.
Good
Same
response.
thing Jackson always says.
Okay.
The Tremere aren't liked in general.
I
It's a
will
rule
say,
of thumb.
I found out from Damien's lips that apparently I am the only Nos worth talking to in Chicago, and the only one he trusts.
Well, that's
Well, it sounds like he's a fan of Oliver Hopkins.
Yeah. He's a fan of Dakota as well, and he's hyper suspicious of Ava.
sounds about right.
Sounds pretty par for the course.
Told you that would be about the level of that, Dakota.
It has to deal with what you're carrying.
Telling you, we gotta
Of
get that shadow
course.
off of your back. We gotta get rid of it. I've been saying it. We gotta get rid of that shadow. It has to do with that dagger, and it has to do with that box, and I want you to steal him from Bella.
They literally are viewing you like you're some sort of marionette, like you're a
Then-
puppet.
Then let them.
I have faith in Ava, and I have to go pick up some very illegal crime scene photos that have been Xeroxed, and we need to scour this book. And I'm really running out of ideas. Oh, and I gotta go.
And you got to feed.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta do that as well.
Right.
Dakota, can I grab you for a second, just
Oh,
for a
God.
thing?
Right now,
Yeah,
Oh, God.
I can't eat the pigs first.
no.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is great.
I grab Grant.
Yeah, Grant has
go
been
into the
kind of like
kitchen.
watching. Where we going?
You don't have to go. Okay.
Why does it smell like gas so bad back here? Jesus
you
Christ!
do look over there and it's just on, but not
Holy
on the
fuck!
fire.
This is. Hold on.
Grant was ready
Opens
to
the door.
Sorry,
Hey, what the fuck is going on? Why is this? It's on. Why is it on?
She
Good
looked
thing
at
we
me,
can't
dude.
breathe.
She looked at me. I can't say no to those beautiful
Oh,
color our eyes.
Do you not know how to start this?
They were red.
No, I don't know how to start it. It's new.
You left the gas on because Ava looked at you?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
I'm
a good thing we
surprised.
can't
you have not.
Simp. You've said it before. I know.
Ollie's gonna reach down and grab. It looks like a pair of tongs, but it's a flint striker for gas stoves, and he's gonna move as far away to the open door and start striking until he starts seeing like sparks more visibly. And once it starts to thin out, then he'll move over and once it's on, he flint strikes.
Okay, there you go. And eventually catches fire, and he's like, "Oh, I was waiting for the flame to happen."
Yeah, you got the gas. You use the flint striker.
Well,
Once
the
you're done,
other
you
one,
put it
the
back
other one
on
used
the
to go,
hood.
and this one doesn't do that noise, so I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe if I just waited, had to warm up or something.
I will
Ava,
teach you so many things.
I promise I'm better with my
All right,
mouth
Grant.
than I am cooking.
Come with me. And I pull him out
Okay.
of the kitchen.
Then he gets pulled away.
And when I do, I'm like, come to the door.
Oh, all right, where are we going?
Just listen.
Can we? Oh, hey, you want to see my fun trick? And he starts walking without sound
Ah, yes.
to
I
the
forgot.
door, and he gets really close.
When the door shuts, Ollie looks back to Dakota. No doubt they are listening to this.
They sure are.
No, we're not.
I slap him on the
Okay, I'm just gonna, I cannot see them, therefore they're not there, right?
Okay. Well, Damon and I talked.
Yep, suspected that. Grant said
Yeah.
you would talk about things.
Yeah, he wanted me to let you know that they want to have another show at the theater. They want to have a private show at the theater.
Oh, okay. Well, that.
And he's hoping that you and the rest of us help facilitate that.
Thumbs up. Theaters are open. For
Grant
business.
just looks back to Ava, and he just gives you like, what is this private? And you're like,
What? Just keep
And
listening.
he and I talked about some more personal matters, and he told me that I got to get things off my chest.
Wait. Damien, who never says anything, told you to get things off your chest.
Oh yeah, he talks a lot. He's a real talker.
Oh, okay, so Damien talks to you.
Yeah, I'm likable. I know that a lot of people that we hang about with just don't like me for some reason, but he seems to like me. So yeah, he's a real chatterbox.
Hey, dare I ask what he had to say?
Yeah, hey, let me know that you like me. Let me know that that I was a good dude. and that he trusted me, and he told me to get my feelings off my chest about the things that I've been harboring for a long time.
Okay.
And I know, despite the fact that she's listening through the door right now, obviously with her mouth agape as she's hoping for the juiciest of material, I should probably let you know that I am still in love with you. It is not thinned out. It has not been gone or away. It's still there. And it's just, honestly, it's as strong as ever. And I was told a long time ago that if you love something, that you're supposed to let it know and then let it grow. If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen.
Okay.
So I've always backed you. I've always supported you in your decisions.
Yes.
And I want to be any part of your life that you let me be a part of.
Well, the truth of the matter is that you've been more a part of my life than just about anybody except for Ava. So I don't think that is gonna change much.
Yeah, but the closest thing that I got to a heartbeat, is when I think of Dakota Rain.
Oh, that's a lot to.
Yeah.
Did we already turn the gas off, right?
Yeah. No, it's fine. It clicks it off.
Yep. Cool. So it's just is what I, honest to God, Ollie, don't know exactly what to say, because you were all like, I gotta do my thing in business, and I was like, cool, let me get out of the way, and now you're like,
There's no good answer. I'm not going to make excuses. Honestly, I just got scared because everything that I seem to get close to seems to kind of fucking break. And you are the most resilient person.
Yeah, well.
You are more sturdy than structures. I think that you will outlive Chicago.
Maybe. I doubt that, but I will outlive Sybil. That I promise you. But that being said, that is okay. Before I respond, did Damien have anything to say when you shared such personal information with him?
Yeah, Damien said that he could tell that you make him feel comfortable, and that he is more than prepared to set aside his personal feelings on the matter so that I can clear my air, because we've been together as at least a coterie for far longer than he even hopes to step on.
His personal feelings?
Yeah, he said he's comfortable around you. He likes you.
I'm cool sometimes. Should see me kick.
You're cool all the time, even when you do dumb shit. You're really cool.
Thanks, Ollie. Okay, to avoid being a complete awkward goober, I will say the reason I started becoming a Damien groupie is because I didn't want to be in your way. My feelings never really changed either. They just kind of moved on because I thought I had to.
That's my fault.
No.
And I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. I'm not really blaming anybody, but so I am trying something new. Which is looking at myself with personal value. And knowing that, I would say that if you and Damien both like me, I imagine one of you will take action to fulfill your feelings. So Damien seems to not prioritize it. So if you did, then I guess Damien doesn't really matter. It's a nice stove that you bought. It's really flashy and clean.
Yeah, it's
This is the part where she gets awkward.
it's nice. Hey, before you actually do get like really, really awkward here.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. I just
Can,
wanted to compliment your stove.
Will you let me cook you dinner one night for us?
Oh, you want
Whatever you want.
cook
You
me
hear
It doesn't
dinner?
matter.
You were
Just-
thrown to the door.
What do you? Just tell me what.
Oh God.
What sounds good. It doesn't matter if I've ever made it before. I'll learn. I just want to give you what you want.
Well, I don't. I mean, I've never really thought about what I would want for dinner. I feed my dog steak and I eat greasy homeless men, so, perspective. Okay, you know what? The only person I know that has a finer palate than Oliver Hopkins is Ava Heloise. So I guess I'm gonna need to consult with Ava, who definitely
no.
doesn't know anything about this conversation.
She has no idea.
No.
Grant just says that on the other side of the door. You just hear no. Like he's just
Damn it.
talking back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you're boss, you're an inspiration. Ava, I have to talk to you. Can I borrow you for a second?
God.
Regardless
love
of
you,
what
Ava Heloise.
sketchy shit is happening
Oh
behind
my
the door, I would like to have that dinner when, maybe our city is not gonna face eternal night.
Can I have Ollie cook you dinner one night for us?
Oh my God, Grant. None of these are winning lines for you, Grant. But you'll get there, I'm sure.
Oh, see, that's all I need. Is this compliment.
Just keep.
I love you. There we go. It's out there. The world knows. You cannot contain my love. And I'll get there. You hear? You heard her. I'm gonna get there.
And honestly, while I got you, I really don't care anymore. I used to care who knew who I felt, but I don't care anymore.
Yep. Cool. Well, I've never given a fuck what anybody thought, so you're welcome to the club, Oliver Hopkins. It's a really great way to live.
Hey, Ava.
Mm.
Is this what the kids call like this is he's risen all over her?
Oh my gosh. Do not describe it that way, please.
That's not it?
Am I
No, Ollie has the Riz, as they say.
He's like risen on her.
Oh my God. You know what, Grant? Do not say any more Gen Z terms as long as you're at this bar.
Fuck is it, Gen Z?
Okay, I didn't know. I just thought it was like what they said. I heard someone on the street say it.
Yes.
I
don't
felt like
know.
it was kind of weird to say it, but
Yes,
Yeah.
because it is weird for you to
can
say
I give
it.
you my Riz?
I leave.
Sounds like,
I walk through the door.
Okay, well, this is now sufficiently awkward because I've run out of things to say, and
Does Ava go instead of leave, go get Dakota because she got called by Dakota?
Yeah,
So,
I
instead of
walk
leaving,
in the
she goes
room.
into the kitchen.
oh
So, hello. I hope you guys are.
gosh,
we're
Ava,
having a-
damn you for interrupting our conversation.
Grant walks in. Wow, what a good timing on my part.
Oh, perfect, Grant. Did you know there's gas in the air? You should sniff very deeply.
Very funny. I got to start cooking. Get out of the way. Ava goes in the back. Everybody
Yes.
goes quiet. You grab Dakota. You're like,
Ollie's going to step away. There might be some conversation that needs to be had, so he's going to step to the front, see what kind of if there's any paperwork he's got to fill out or anything.
yeah,
like
of course.
that.
There's always some sort of paperwork.
I have no doubt that you heard every ounce of that.
I'm not going to say that I did.
But you're not going to say you didn't.
Yeah. He just. I have a hunch of what was said.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Miss Ava Heloise, who can convince a police officer twice in one night simply by touching the strap on your shoe that you don't deserve a ticket. Okay, yeah, everybody swoons over you. I have never, in the history of Dakota Rain, ever had one, much less two people who are like, yo, Dakota is cool.
Yes. Embrace it, Dakota. And the difference is they actually care about you. Most of the men that swoon over me, it's fake.
Oh, yeah, except for the one who literally could not die because he wanted to give his life so badly to save you. Oh, yeah, except for him.
I would give my life for you anytime.
Two men.
God.
I'm sure Holly would also. Different reasons.
Oh,
same
that's
principle.
not the same. That's weird.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that it's finally happened. So good. How do you feel?
Oh,
Besides
and super confused and But I played a boss move. I was like, if you want me, come and get me. Except they didn't really say that, but that's what I meant with my words. I tried. And you know.
You tried, yes. And you know what? It got you some time to explore those feelings. So you have time with Ollie. You see how it goes and see how your feelings feel. I know. And you're right. There is a lot going on in the city right now. And I think that doesn't excuse it. Okay. It doesn't matter how busy and how shitty the city is right now. You still need somebody to love.
That is touch the bottom of my heart.
That's super duper bullshit. What good is it to love somebody if they don't have a city to live in?
Do vampires have like special weddings and stuff?
Don't answer that.
They're called blood bonds.
No. Grant, I think the grill is malfunctioning again. You should really put a lighter to that gas and figure it out.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Ava Heloise. Don't talk about the blood bond.
Yeah, I know. Look, he should know about what if you
not.
It's fine. It's fine.
What if now he walks up to Ollie and he's like, "Yo, Ollie, tell me about blood bonding."
Well, then Ollie can tell him. It's fine for him to know.
And then Ollie's gonna be like, "Where did you hear that word, young man?" And Grant's gonna be like, "Nowhere, pops. Just Mom, Ava, who
It's
I
like
also
when
have a crush on, which is super Oedipus complex bullshit."
Thought a lot of Greek storylines happening in this
This was
one.
like some serious.
It's like-
Can't everybody get
This
out
is
of
just
the
like-
classics and move into the modern era?
It's a little hard when there is an ancient vampire trying to take over the city.
Okay, well,
who
you know
is
what?
from that era.
On that note, I guess I'll go deal with my other daddy issue and go see and pick up these forensic files we desperately need, and come back here where we're all about the fields. It's only taken us 20 years.
Good, and we should be, and we're gonna keep working on that.
It's great.
Can you, if the world's about to go to shit, like you're saying, can you at least be like my last kiss
No, please don't answer.
before I disappear into death, forever forgotten?
Oh, God.
No Grant again to be thought of, or make you a delicious burger.
You know, Grant, at the end of all this, there's a very strong chance I might not make it out.
Nope, I won't let that happen.
And so if that does happen before it does, maybe you will get a kiss.
Oh no. You ain't dying on my watch. I'm Grant. I got shot in the stomach and lived. Okay.
You did. You got
Turn me into a vampire, and I'll protect you forever. Willingly.
Yep. Dakota left when the poetry started.
And on this weird, awkward conversation, as Ava is like trying to find a way out of it, we just like slowly pull out, and the screen fades to black on Grant's awkward lines. And we'll be back in 2 weeks, as we'll be taking next week off for the holiday. And it'll be our last episode before the mid-season break. Thank you guys so much for supporting this show. This was supposed to be the last episode, but with your support and stuff, we get to do a mid-season and go
Come
deep.
on back.
Yeah. With that, we're going to say goodbye. I know we're on a bit of a time crunch. We kind of ran late, so thank you guys for supporting us and hanging out, and we will see you then. Goodbye.